Well, hello, my tea stirrers, honey. Today, Nature Boy had another real ninja moment. And again, he finds a way to make this about him. This real ninja moment is with Solar, the same man who just lost the baby about a month ago. He just lost the baby. But you're not supposed to care about that. The only person you're supposed to care about is him. So let's get this show on the road and take a little minute. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We on the road to 1,000. Hit that subscribe button. Be part of it. Hit that like button and comment down below. Hello, Dr. Mara. We're going to get this show on the road, baby.
We're stronger together than apart, and that the world we come from is trained us to believe that we got to do everything on our own, that we don't need nobody, but that's not the truth. I don't care who you are, what you're going through. You're not going to be able to overcome your demons and face yourself without a support system, and that's what we are. And this really the moment is geared towards Captain Solar. He going through some things, and
Hey, Goddess Sunshine.
get to the bottom of these things
Okay,
logically,
Doctor.
with reason, with understanding, so that we can change her perspective and get back to a better space. So it's on you, man. We're here for you. And we noticed that when you came to the meeting, there was an undertone of energy, and it's clear because we've been around each other for so long and we're dealing with different people that something's going on with you, and we just want to bring that to the surface.
That's a fact.
Okay. So what I stated in the meeting earlier, was that
They said they can't hear you.
They just said that to me right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I had stated earlier in the meeting was that basically I wanted to take time to process a lot of the different things that is going on. It's not even like that's the thing with me. It's like what I'm going through, what's going on with me, ain't even crazy to me. It's like, to me, it's not crazy. It's like what my brothers are telling me is to make sure that I don't exclude them in my gathering of thoughts or my process. There, I should say. I'm processing a lot. It's not overwhelming. I just want to take my time to make sure that I do it right. I have a lot of
You got that right.
doubt in areas where I don't need it. One of the biggest issues in my life was doubting myself when I had a feeling, or I just knew something, and I would doubt myself. And so I would have to suffer the repercussions of that. And I was sitting there like, damn, I knew it. I should have did this, or I should have did that. And I'm sitting there feeling stupid. And in those moments, sometimes I could take that time to point the finger at other people and blame them when it was really me and my inability to push the envelope on something that I believed in. And so what happens with me is that I believe in certain things so heavily. Like, I put so much passion into everything that I do, that when I do have, my intentions might be good, I hurt people, or I make situations worse because I use my emotions and I use my passion for what I believe to be true, and I sometimes run over other people's opinions. I sometimes run over what other people might offer to me that can help me. And so I know these things about myself. I know these things about myself already. It's just what when they wanted to call do this live was where we left off, is that I wanted to take time to process everything that's been given to me. People been giving me advice that's like I've been seeking advice
Hey,
from my
hear
brother
me? Hey,
left and right about different things, and they give it to me, and I take it in, I like it, and I just want to take time to process that. It needs to be known, like I never said that I'm not trying to talk to y'all. I never said I'm not trying to communicate with you.
just want to let y'all know they all just talking a bunch of gibberish. But we here for the bull crap. We here for the shits. We here for the shits. But they ain't saying nothing that make any sense at all. But carry on.
I never said leave me alone in the room. I'm making a beat. That's my flow. That's where I meditate. I'm taking that time to gather my thoughts. But the universe pulled me out to a meeting in the middle of that about something small, but it got turned into, well, your energy's weird. And the energy that I feel like I'm exuding, this is what I feel. It's not what y'all, everybody, they're gonna have their perceptions, and I'm gonna listen. But what I feel, I'm putting out, right? What I feel is what I'm putting out is I want to be serious. I don't feel like laughing and giggling and playing. I don't feel like being happy right now. I don't feel like it's not about being happy. I feel like showing improvement, actually digesting what I'm going through, thinking about that, and moving on it, making doing something with it. I don't want to sit here and talk to y'all forever. I don't. I will talk to y'all about it when I need to. I feel like I do go to y'all. I just had a nice long talk with Loyal. I talked to Master Cali about a lot of things last night. You know, I always talk to Kite for hours. I talk to everybody here consistently. So I already know that's not the issue. I just feel like at this time, I want to be serious. I don't feel like talking. I don't feel like talking, but I gotta keep communication open, and that's why we're doing this. That's why they want to give me feedback. True has a lot to say. Kite looks like he got something to say. Loyal always got something to say. Ice got something to say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to listen, and this is bigger than me. This is for y'all. This is show like we have to communicate to get to get our energy straight before we move forward with our life, because it's going to lead. If your energy is off, it's going to lead into other areas. It's going to leak out into other areas of your life. So I don't mind being an example. You know, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to listen to what everybody has to say. I'm going to feedback when I need feedback.
Hey,
But at this
Deborah.
point, I'm being told, you know, I know it's not even being told, like the universe showed me this. It's a mirror showing me this. I will argue a lot, and I will not listen to you. I will like stick to my guns like all the way, and it will stop me from growing sometimes. So to apply that onto myself now, I'm just gonna listen to my universe. I really got nothing else to say. That's how I feel. Um, that's how I feel. Those are my thoughts behind the feelings. And at this point, you know, I gotta go through my traumas. I gotta take time to process my life. It's not even about tonight, today, yesterday. This is my life. I'm retrograde. I live in so many different time frames at once. I live in so many places at once. I need to, like True said, slow down, process this shit. In the midst of that, my test is to not argue, not fight, all that shit. So I just feel serious.
Man,
I just feel serious. Go ahead.
so the whole reason why we called the meeting was because we want to help you like communicate what you're going through so we can help you process it, so the vibes ain't off while you're processing it. Because when we had a meeting, you know, the movie room, you know what I'm saying, the movie room right here, we decided to make that sacred, so we called it a meeting. So then when the meeting was over, Master Caliber was like, yo, I feel a silent tension, and the energy was coming from none other than Captain Solar. And we was just asking him, what are you going through? Like, communicate it so that when you are, you know, off doing your thing, that the vibes ain't off, right? So then we decided to turn on camera. We just like, what are you going through, so we can help you process these things.
My thing is, what is like we talk a lot about like you're saying that you needed to process what you're going through, but we haven't got like to the root of what the actual issue is. Like, what is it that you're like?
Can it be that the man just lost his baby girl? Could it be the man just lost his baby girl? We don't know where it's at, but the baby's lost. We don't know if it's lost in this plane or the next plane. I mean, y'all some heartless people. All of y'all some heartless people. Y'all heartless. And these new younger minions they got, they need to go somewhere.
You know, what's causing you to get irritated or like I know, yeah, like you got pulled away from the music because that happens all the time when you focus on something. Of course, other shit happens, but like you, like in the process of us like
Hey,
talking and
Black
being in the
Star.
group, you revealed a lot of things that, like you said, that you was going through, but didn't explain the things that you
Didn't go into.
They said that he probably hasn't healed from the baby transition.
I said the
Someone
same,
just said he just lost a child.
I said the same thing. I literally said the same thing. And like what I noticed about you, bro, is that like I said, the common denominator between when we deal with each other versus when we come to you with certain criticism is that you're often in a defensive mode. And the defensive mode is an indication that you're trying to protect something. And I want to know, like, what is it that you're trying to protect? Because if Master Loyal comes and tells me something,
You hear how heartless True is? That's a heartless mofo. Everybody's saying, oh, it could be his child. No, he comes with he's defensive or something. Instead of saying, yeah, yo, these men are hard. Dude, I'm telling you, loyal, True is not human. True is not human. Exactly, Lona. How you doing, love? Hey, Black Star. Now, instead of them comforting him, they finding other things to talk about.
I'm extracting what he's saying to me rather than how it's being said or things of that nature, because most of the time the atmosphere with the guys is respectful. It's very rare that a disrespectful occurrence happens, and when it does, it's a big deal. So we call the meeting. So I'm trying to figure out why are you usually on the defensive mode? Like, why is that usually your go-to response as it relates to things that are going on with you? Like, do you not want us to know about them? Are you trying to maintain a certain image that you feel like would be shattered if you said you was going through certain things? Like what is it? Like Master Kai said, you said you was going through a lot, but we never identified what was it. What is the root cause?
So, like I said in the beginning, to me, this shit ain't that big. Like, I could name a number of things that I'm going through. At the end of the day, like, it's weird. It's weird when you vibrate on our frequency, because you can't look at things the same way. Like, the way y'all would look at healing is not how we look at healing. The way that y'all look at a death or a transition is not how we look at it. The way you look at a baby is not how we look at it. The way you look at a relationship is not how we look at it. I know these things. These things are embedded in me. So when it comes to talking about it or sharing it, and this is why you say, don't think you can do it all by yourself. I get that. I already know what to do. At the end of the day, it's like, bro, suck it up and move forward.
Suck it up.
I understand. I already understand. That baby girl, her name was Love. It was a baby. Babies are made from sexual energy. I already know what that represents. That represented my inner child. That represented Zoka's inner child. Those are two things that we did not nurture. Me and Zoka were like two kids on the playground hurting each other. We love each other. We fuck with each other. We understand that she knows me on a level that I don't think many people do. She knows things about me that nobody else knows. We're close. However, we're immature and spiritual.
Mm.
And in the
Natureboy
midst
told
of
you to say
that,
that.
we hurt each other
Mhm.
instead of building and cultivating each other. So the relationship was not being used for what it was supposed to be used for. So when that child came, when she was pregnant, and we nurtured that, at the end of the day, when the child didn't come through, it was a clear message that, look, you guys aren't cultivating, bringing life to your own inner child. I have a Pluto fifth house. This is
You hear this dumb ass shit? Do you hear what this man is saying? Your master teacher was a crack baby. He claimed he's a crack baby. He still made it. Don't make it seem like, don't use master cupcake, chief cupcake. He got these people brainwashed. I mean, to have no memory of a child is sad. It's sad. Talking about how y'all see kids is not how we see kids. How y'all see it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does. You could have still acknowledged the damn baby. All they worrying about is you talking back to them. Oh, oh.
this is supposed to happen to me. My first child will either die in the womb, will either look up Pluto fifth house, will either die in the womb, will either be in some type of extreme critical condition, or will come out like super just like plutonian is how they would say it.
Really?
So
really?
at the end of the day,
really?
like, this had to happen to my first child to show me
really?
to nurture my inner child.
Really?
And I could read it all I want, but I had to go through it.
Really?
And this was me going through that. Nurturing my inner child is what I'm supposed to be doing, is what Zoka is supposed to be doing. Instead of trying to protect it with this alter ego or that alter ego. At the end of the day, I'm very sensitive. I'm not just very sensitive, I'm very in tune with the universe.
Dr.
I'm
Mira,
very
well said.
aware.
Applause.
I can feel
Applause.
everything.
Well said,
And
Dr. Mira.
that right there can make me be something that I'm not. I can just be something that I'm not in certain environments. I've done it. I've got aliases. I got multiple aliases throughout the country.
I know you.
So I had to be different things in different places. But none of this felt like me. And so my inner child is like this lost little boy that nobody knows, sitting in a room by himself. So I feel alone all the time. Even around people, I feel alone because I feel like you don't really know me.
Oh,
but I can't blame you for that. That's my fault.
What they do for donations? What they do for donations?
So at the end of the day, when I think about that transition, I just want to comment to y'all about that. I am healed from it. I have a healthy perspective on it. I understand it. I already understand it in multiple levels. That's just one level that the universe is doing that for. The universe is working for me. It's allowing me to work on myself. Continue. If I had a child, I would not be able to put as much energy into myself as I'm doing now.
Wow.
I wouldn't be able to. I'd be too busy.
The hell? That going
so at the end of the day, the universe did me and Zoka a favor.
Hell with gasoline.
It really did. And it's sad. It's crazy to say, but it's true. Niggas have to be focused on different things right now. On ourselves, on our development, on our journey. That's not an issue for me. That's not an issue for me. That's not even, you might seem insensitive to you, but like, bro, that shit don't even hurt. I was in the hospital bed when I found out. I did it down, I ain't never put it out. Right there, I'm like, I see what this is. Matter of fact, the universe already told me this is going to happen before it happened in multiple ways. Damn. Did you get the lesson? Did you get the lesson? That's not, to me, that's not something that I'm going through still. Wow. That's something I went through and I'm moving forward past. I'm done with that.
She gonna haunt you.
We done. We moving forward. We about to be great. We doing other things.
She gonna haunt you.
Now, this is my thing, right?
Oh, shut up, heartless.
if you're, how is it that you're able to so readily move past that, but you carry being taken away from the production room to the meeting when those situations aren't even equivalent? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you're able to process that situation so quickly, then how is being called to a meeting that much of a distraction for you?
I just want to add real quick.
Go ahead.
I just want to add this because the chief had said something on the live the other day when he was talking to you in the car, and he was saying how certain situations they catch up to us.
Correct.
And none of us are exempt from the human experience. Even though we have this knowledge, we have to still go through the human experience. So to act like we don't have emotions for something,
That green
or that we process it so quickly, it's kind
That
of like
green scarf on your head.
Shut up. Knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Have the ability to process it, but still go through certain things, feelings. You know what I'm saying? That you can't run from because they're going to surface one way or another. You see what I'm saying? So I think that this goes back to the point of Captain saying that you need to learn how to slow down. I think you're very good at intellectualizing the knowledge and connecting dots. But when it comes to you feel like it seems when you're at with it, sometimes you can go a little too fast and maybe you miss details of your own, you know what I'm saying, where you're at with it.
So y'all believe that, let me get this straight. I want to ask a question. So do y'all believe that after all the time, from then to now, all the morning, whatever, all that morning we already did, that I haven't realized what happened?
Maybe you feel like, yeah,
All I can say is that I see what Chief is going through, and that situation happened before your situation happened. I'm still going through the situation that happened before your situation. I'm just saying, like in general, dealing with our women, dealing with whatever situations happen to our traumas in us. I'm still dealing with that. I'm still dealing with that. And I think there's no way that you fully healed or you are that good from the situation. So I would not discount it as being a possibility or something, you know, that can be resurfacing now. And I'm not saying that's the issue because that happened to trigger something else to bring you to a core. And I think that's the point of the whole situation is what's the core and what's the root of, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is you're dealing with or not dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So all I can say about the situation is Chief is still, you know what I'm saying, talking through his situation.
Well, obviously, who cares?
Handle my situation, what makes you different?
Exactly, Lona.
I agree.
And the reason why I'm glad he interjected is because the things that I'm seeing in you are behavior patterns that I've recognized in myself.
Go true.
By making you aware of it, I'm stopping you from going down the same path that I went through. We're still dealing with stuff that happened to us when we were 8 years old, 12 years old. That's the whole point of breaking generational curses. This is a journey. This is a process. Although we do have the information, we still have to have that human experience. And to disconnect ourselves from it and act like we're just so good is a cover up. And it's actually not growth, it's actually stagnation.
So,
and you're not, and Capalusa brought Chief up as a prime example to say, you know, who are you? And what I'm telling you is I need you to slow down. I'm talking to myself when I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Slow down. You're not exempt from these experiences. No matter what you can say intellectually, you still have healing to do just like everybody else. And it comes out in these little loopholes. It'll spew out like steam. It ain't got nothing to do with the meeting. It ain't got nothing to do with the roller skating event last night. It's you taking subtle opportunities to express something that you're holding in. And in Babylon, it blows up to a nigga getting shot. It blows up to somebody getting stabbed.
Oh, shut up.
What you're doing now is you're slowly releasing tension.
Oh, shut up.
Rather than coming together, talking like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? When we was in the hospital, this and that, and I was feeling like that.
Hey, Elise. Hi,
We
darling.
open to it.
Thank
We
you
ain't
for
gonna never
coming
turn
in.
you off and be like, man, get out of our face with that weak junk. We ain't gonna never say that. Now that may be how you treat. That's how you treat.
Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in. Hit that like.
You ain't got to do that, man. Every man here.
Please hit that
There's
like
a difference
button.
between babying you, and there's a difference between supporting you. We're not gonna baby you when you act like nothing's wrong and I don't want to talk. We ain't babying that, but we will support you when you like, yo, communication.
What's concealed can't be healed.
So it's like, you know what I mean? How long do you hold on to things before it becomes, punching the wall or punching somebody else? You know what I'm saying? You don't want it to get to that point.
That's Kelly.
What you had told me yesterday was you said like in those moments you feel like you want to fight and shit, and that's crazy that you brought that up because that was something you told me last night. And like when you say things like, oh, it's not that big of an issue, it's actually bigger than you because like
Go ahead.
take yourself outside of what you're going through right now and realize all the people that it's actually affecting by you going through that.
He ain't affecting
So
no.
we got the answers to get over. We got the healthy perspective, right?
He ain't affecting us.
But we still have to go through it to show other versions of ourselves how to overcome these issues and problems. So the universe is asking you to be authentic in this moment and just express the real. Yeah, we got the answers, but you got to go through the kundalini. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
So it's really a journey within self. So it's like don't defend that ego. Don't play tough.
Yeah, they saying you gotta open up.
Hey, Missy. Yeah, it is cold out there, baby.
Right.
I'm in the house with you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way in.
People really gonna be able to recognize who you are and help you apply the knowledge.
They told me that too, Dr. Mira.
Right, and Chief was just saying that the other day, like real men, like true leadership is vulnerability. You gotta be vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be vulnerable.
You're not in an environment where you gotta put up this like tough skin that you used to. Like in your past, you used to have to be able to like in Babylon, men like they
Oh, shut up.
distract themselves from their emotions. Like they not, in Babylon, like you just said, like this is a different environment where you can be yourself. Like, I was gonna ask you, why do you feel like you need to protect yourself?
Like I said earlier, get interrupted. So
What do you got to think about it?
put it to you like this. A reason why I could seem cut off from emotions or like I'm not opening up.
That's true. Who ain't
Putting
got
up
no
a
damn
front
emotion.
facade. I appreciate that, y'all. I appreciate that.
That's a whole fact, yo. I'm thankful.
Is because I've been saying this like the past two, 3 weeks, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going through a human experience
Mm-hmm.
with the mind of God.
Yeah, really?
We're not
We're not?
just guys. We're not just men.
Oh, God.
We're not. We don't think the same, bro. We don't. This is big.
Thank God we don't think
I'm
the
being
same.
told from my reality is
That's the best thing I heard all
be
day.
more transparent and let that inner child out so that I can help heal other people.
You ain't
The wall that comes up, I feel, I don't know, this doesn't have to be true, this is just based on my thoughts. I feel like I have to say, fuck all that weak shit. I'm not gonna be ruled by emotions. What? I'm supposed to cry? If I cried right now, I'm gonna let you know right now I'm acting just to incite emotions from y'all. I don't feel like crying. I don't feel. It's not that I'm disconnected, nigga. I'm understanding. I'm understanding.
Chief
I can
Cupcake.
take you guys through my human experience. You know what I'm saying? We didn't share a lot of. Bro, y'all, there's so many conversations, so many talks I had about this to get me to a healthy mind frame about it. I already did the crying. I did the crying already. I don't feel like crying no more. I did all the sad shit already. I don't feel like doing that no more when it comes to certain things, especially small things.
Small
when
thing.
it comes to y'all,
It's the small
what happens
thing.
is I do feel like I need to be strong for everybody. And
His baby
Kai's like to
passing
say
away is a
is true
small
strength is
thing.
the ability to be
Okay.
vulnerable.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I have to take heed to that.
Mm-hmm.
The other part is to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to take heed to that. I'm not going to ignore those things. I'm not going to refute those things. I appreciate it. I do know that I hate weakness. I hate weakness in me. I hate weakness in other people. And so I'll have an emotional response because I really don't fuck with the weak shit. I really don't, even me to
Chief
myself, like,
Cupcakes
bro,
got you wired.
crying ain't do nothing for me my entire life. Like nothing. Worrying ain't do shit for me my entire life. Neither does laughing it away. My pops used to say, if you don't laugh, you cry. And so I used to think about that. And I'm like,
Is you
bro,
got
I ain't got no time to sit
keep
there and laugh or cry. I got shit to do. I feel serious. When I came to the meeting, I was
Is you got to laugh to keep from crying, stupid. That's what your father told you.
feeling serious. I was gonna take all the energy that I was feeling, and I was gonna put it into my music, and I was gonna create feelings, create something, write
I
a
hear
song
you,
in the
Lemmy.
moment. I felt inspired, and to be pulled away from that, it was like, oh fuck. It was irritation because I'm ready to alchemize. I'm ready to work. I'm ready to do something. I got an Aries moon. I got a Leo Pluto and a Leo North Node. I'm ready to go. I got a Saturn Capricorn. I'm about my business. I'm about my work. When I'm on some goofy shit, that shit's not me, bro. When I'm in a room by myself, when I'm isolated by myself, nigga, I'm all about success. I'm all about winning at whatever it is I said I'm
What
gonna
you
do.
doing?
If emotions gotta go over there for that,
What are
I'll
you
do it.
doing?
I'll go through hell and hot water to achieve my goal.
Well, what you doing?
I will let go of everything to achieve my goal.
That's
My passion
selfish ass.
comes from me not wanting to be ruled by my demons.
That's because you self.
It's easy for me to fight. I didn't say I'm gonna win every fight. I can get myself killed. I damn near did get myself killed multiple times. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready for that shit. I'm ready. I'm like, let's go. Like I'm you talking to me, and I'm imagining me decking you. I don't do it no more. I'm different now.
Stop lying.
I'm different now.
You scared of Chief Cupcake?
I'm not how I used to be. I think different now.
Girl, numerous
I program
times,
myself
please.
differently. I took my time in the tent to separate from everybody and feel my
Bunch
energy.
of simp. Stop it,
I have
simp.
a very strong energy.
Stop it, simp.
My energy is very abrasive.
Hey, Marie. How you doing?
I'm getting advice. Caliber gave me the advice last night. I was just talking to Master Loyal about it this AM. It's not that I'm always wrong in situations.
Oh, Dusty, shut up.
Like that. Or even if I do feel the need to be to use that passion in a moment, even if I do chastise or anything like that, the issue with me is that I sometimes don't give something back and I'll stay in that space. And so it's only destructive. I don't do healing with this energy. This is my demon. It's a couple areas that this demon shows up.
They sound like cupcakes.
Aspects that
for sure. For sure.
They can be used for good. At the end of the day, I hate succumbing to that shit. I just let Master Caliber punch me twice in the face before I did anything when I was drunk. Because I'm like, yo, I refuse to fight. I'm not gonna fight. I ain't got no reason to fight you, bro. I ain't got no reason. That's not gonna do nothing. It ain't gonna do nothing. If I hit you right now, it ain't gonna do nothing. I don't do enough punches. I don't hurt enough people. I'm past that. I'm over that. At this point, I'm serious. I feel serious. I don't feel like crying, bro.
Convince yourself.
Maybe,
Convince yourself.
Maybe later on in this live, I might cry with y'all. Or maybe they gonna say things to get me to cut deep. But I gotta let you know where I'm at right now. Where I'm at right now is serious. Where I'm at right now is I'm focused on my path. Like I'll let go of everything. I'll let go of every.
What are you doing?
Thing, bro. Everybody here can fall away, and it's still gonna be me and my chief. At the end of the day,
chief, me and my chief,
period.
just me and my
All
chief.
these women can come, all the babies
Just
can
me
come, they
and
can
my
all
people.
die. I'm still stand firm on my knowledge.
He said, if all the babies can come, they can all die. Did you hear this motherfucker? We gonna rewind that. Did y'all hear this mofo? He said all the babies can come, all the babies could die. Did you hear this mofo? Ooh, they got me cussing. They got me cussing. They got me cussing. Oh, Lordy. Listen, Gaffney, he said they all can die. All the babies can come and they all can die. You motherfucker. Ooh.
Maybe they gonna say things to get me to cut deep, but I gotta let you know where I'm at right now. Where I'm at right now is serious. Where I'm at right now is I'm focused on my path. Like I will let go of everything. I'll let go of every motherfucking thing, bro. Everybody here can fall away, and it's still gonna be me and my chief. At the end of the day, bro. Period. All these women can come, all the babies can come, they can all die. I'm still stand firm on my knowledge. I'm still stand firm on this frequency. I ain't gonna fall for shit, not even myself. Not even myself. So that's where to answer your question, Kite, me trying to be strong comes from. I try to put that up for me. It's not even for you.
He taking too many downloads.
Like Master Caliber said, it's like, bro, you can't help people that way. And so I'm looking at both sides. I'm just letting you know where I'm at with it right now. In this moment.
But you already know that that's not strong though.
It's not. It's
So why are you still doing it?
It's because I want, and like you said, I feel like I can handle this shit myself. I feel like I got the answers and I can handle it myself. And is that the best perspective? No. And that's what you guys have been telling me earlier. I feel like I got the answers. Give me a minute, let me handle this shit. I'll get back to you. That's how I feel.
But we know you too though. It's like we know you. So I'm trying to figure out like what's the cover up for? Like we know you, bro. Like we know you. Like we're familiar with your energy. We know
He ain't got no energy.
With everybody's energy.
He can't even dance.
We all know when we're all off. It's the same people for like 2.5 years. So after 2.5 years, like what's the point of trying to have a facade going?
It's not for y'all, it's for me. It's like I refuse to look in the mirror and see weakness. I'm not saying that's strong. I'm not saying that that's something that everybody needs to do. I'm saying that's a pattern that I have. I look in the mirror and I don't want to see weakness, but that can be a detriment. I swear that's how I've had to self-soothe. I didn't those are my traumas. I didn't have time to cry. I did not have time to be sad. I did not have time to go into emotions. I didn't. That shit ain't do nothing for me.
I think that's not true because
in that environment.
No, I'm saying you're like usually whenever criticism is brought to you is usually an emotional response. So to say you don't have time for emotions don't make sense.
No. I didn't say I don't have time for emotions. I said I don't have time for low vibration. What I'm saying is I don't have time for low vibrational emotions. I'm gonna take those emotions and I'm gonna turn them into something.
So you feel like the way you came
I'll put it in the music.
You feel like the way you came to the meeting was high vibes?
No, I feel like low vibrational and serious can be mistaken.
No, bro, we're not those people.
I think low vibrational and seriousness can be mistaken. I don't think I was thinking low vibrational, but I felt a lot, and I was in the midst of alchemizing it, which is why I felt irritated in the moment. I wasn't irritated long term. I was irritated in the moment. I thought about it, and I was going through on my. I was already self-correct. I was already auto-correcting. There's nothing to be mad about. There's nothing to be mad about. It's all right. You be all right. Universe is doing this for a reason. It's gonna be there later. It's actually probably doing this, so you're gonna make it.
Anytime you say me and my chief and everybody die, you can't get no weaker.
At the end of the day, I'm serious. I feel serious right now. I don't feel.
I'm gonna say this. There's still there's a moment.
I don't feel low vibration.
I'm gonna say this. Present that there's this tough guy facade, And we're not asking you to cry, but we're instead asking you to communicate your emotions and just be authentic with us, because we're not people you have to hide stuff from.
I'm communicating my emotions.
What we're trying to tell you, bro, is like
They always trying to
you
tell
already
somebody
have
what
one
to
in the
think.
chamber. You already have a response preloaded before you fully process what somebody's saying to you, because you're in defense mode. It's like when talking to you, it's like this. It's already up. The gun is already up. As soon as somebody finishes talking, the trigger is pulled, and we're trying to get you to see something.
That's my Sun Square Mars.
But what I'm saying is, I've seen plenty.
We're not your enemy.
But I've seen plenty of people be able to just identify their chart, but that's only half the battle, brother.
So I represent myself as if I'm at war with you when I'm not. And this is just another level of self-mastery that I have to attain. I present myself like I'm at war with you, but really, like, you don't exist to me. You guys are like I see people like holograms, and when you talk, it's like, damn, okay, I should probably listen. When I talk,
Wow.
sometimes it's rude and it's fucked
gets
up
worse.
because
It
I'm
gets
really
worse.
talking to myself.
It
I
gets
give that
worse.
energy to myself. I don't mean, my intentions aren't to argue with you.
It
make
gets
you feel like I'm
worse.
fighting
Have
you.
mercy.
So I try to. I don't use the best vocabulary all the time. I try to make it clear that, look, I understand what you're saying, but this is how I feel about me.
But you said,
And then
so we already know when you say but, it takes away from the previous statement. So basically, what you're trying to do is just really tell how you feel.
yes.
But what I'm saying is, we can't do that as men. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Bro.
Wait, what?
We can't do that as men.
Do what?
We can't always be so readily able to get somebody how we feel. We have to extract the logic behind what's being said and move out.
And I don't do that.
So caught up in
Nah, you just gotta tell somebody how you feel, because that's the space you primarily reside in, and that's the common denominator between dealing with you and dealing with the other guys.
Hold on.
That's
just
all I'm
switch.
saying.
Hold on. Now I got a question about that. How?
Yeah.
I know when I speak, I don't use the best words all the time. I know that.
Hey,
When I
Marie.
speak to y'all about my feelings, I tell you the thoughts behind them. Tell me how that's not
Marie
wrong.
funny.
It ain't got nothing to do with vocabulary words.
I tell you the thoughts behind them.
Now, what I'm saying is though, like,
Every time.
What I'm saying
You're
is,
trying to say you're not processing what's being said.
that's all I'm saying, bro.
I
You're
feel that.
so concerned with conveying your emotions that you miss the point of what's being said.
Yeah, so it goes around in a circle.
It's this. It's like, hey, bro, you need to clean this up. Hey, bro, let's clean up that production room. I got it. I'm gonna get to it. What you had to tell me that for? Only thing I said, bro, we need to clean the production room. We need to get this trash taken out. That's it. Everybody do that to everybody. Master, hey, Captain True, I need you to do this. Master Kai, I need you to do this. Captain Moose, I need you to do this. Everybody does that to each other. But that's how, over time, we realize, like, as men, because everything we do is logic based, we don't really have time to convey no emotions to each other.
Don, you right. She right. It's the thing is, bro, I'm combative. It's just like that. I'm combative. It's like it's a demon. It's what I got. It's not like, why are you combative on a team? It's like, I don't necessarily want to be this way. This is something that I have to master within myself. It's not, look, I'm combative, right? This is read Sun Square Mars. This is somebody who basically, when people come at me, with anything, whether it's something nice or however, I'm like really like wartime back. And then my Mars is in the third house. So especially if we talking, I'm gonna pick apart what you're saying and I'm gonna make it make sense to me. If you saying something to me and I disagree, I'm going to make my disagreement clear. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I really want to do my best to make it clear that I do understand what's being
Send
given
him
to me.
home.
So even when I make my point,
Send him
I
home.
try to bring your point back and be like, okay, and I understand how you're telling me to do this. That makes sense. I don't want to argue that. I have a combative energy, which seems to be the root of what everybody's been telling me lately. Is that it's not even what I'm saying more than it is the energy behind.
I agree.
Of what I'm saying. I explain the thoughts. You can't say I don't explain the thoughts. I explain the thoughts and the feelings.
What we're saying, can I interject? What we're saying is like this, right? Even though you understand what we're saying, and we understand you going through your kundalini and all that, you healing your traumas and all that. From you understanding that that's a demon, once you understand our point, why then therefore do you feel the need to express that demon of combativeness rather than intaking what we're saying?
Right, it's like you're excusing.
Right, you get what I'm saying?
And if we're the elite, we have to be better than that in the example for the people.
I feel what you're saying. I feel that.
So there's no need to be combative when we're trying to help you.
Right. It's I don't mean to do it.
And it's,
That's the best way. That's the best way I can
it's
do it. I don't mean
getting
to do
it's
it.
getting kind of sloppy, like you say, it's getting smeared when we could just stay on point. We don't have to go all over the place, back and forth. We should be able to be.
Where these little new young boys come from?
Deal with it and grow. It shouldn't be an all day type of thing. Where the men, we should be the examples of knowledge.
What's the point, Lord?
There's an underlying energy that you're bringing to the group, and there's a facade, and you're hiding it, and that we don't want you to go to that space, and we don't want you to feel isolated within the group. We want you to come through and communicate and connect with us instead of going to your own world and doing what you do.
It's the age of Aquarius.
Like you trying to figure it
Oh,
out.
shut up.
We're trying to tell you that we can help you with the things that you're going through. That was the whole point that Kevin True brought up, that you don't have to do it alone.
And your decision to take everything that's being said and to break it down into minute pieces is wasting time. It wastes a lot of time. Who wants to sit there and overanalyze the grammatical errors and the context of the words and the vocabulary selection when we can just hone in on the point? And if you know yourself as well as you say you do, then you should be one of the least combative people here because you know you have the potential to do so.
Like it should be like, oh yeah, I would love to be combative. I feel that energy, so let me listen. And
The reason is the devil's in the details.
You're about to do it again. I just want you to realize you're about to literally do it again.
Okay.
Like I'm not. And this ain't. I ain't trying to make this no comedy show or nothing like that. You about to do it again. Like I got a Mars and Capricorn. I like to get straight to the point of the matter to alleviate the confusion and what's being said. The whole point of this is that we don't have time to break down things in the manner in which you're doing it. We don't have time for combative energy. It's not just for you, Master Lawyer, myself, Master Pipe, anybody here. We don't have time for that energy, period. We don't have time for emotional outbursts. What we do have time for is logic and get straight to the point and being able to overcome our demons quickly. Nobody's exempt from demons here, but we're looking at recovery time. If somebody brings something to me, how long is it gonna take Master True to process what's being said and move out and execute?
Wow.
It's okay if you
All
trip.
that
It's
over
okay
a
if you fall.
baby.
But how is it take you 4
All
days
this
to get
over
back
a
up?
baby.
Does it take you 8 weeks to get back up? You know what I'm saying? Just take what's being said, especially knowing that you have a combative energy. Just take what's being said and use people coming to you as an opportunity to grow rather than an opportunity to do the same thing.
It's about a
So
baby,
what
Marie.
is the point? What is the point of doing this if we're not gonna look at the details?
because we're saying you're smearing the details.
I don't think that the details are being smeared. I think that everybody wants me to grasp their concept when I'm also expressing what's going on in my mind for you. I'm not telling you you're wrong. My combative energy can make it seem that way. I'm not even really going into the details like that. I like the questions. You asked me a good question, and it opened up something in me, and I let it out. That right there to me is important. If we're gonna go live and call this a real nigga moment,
Dr. Mary,
I'm
don't
gonna
start.
look at the
Don't
details.
start.
I'm going to not just skip over everything. What I'm going through, if we're gonna have a real nigga moment about me, I want to gain a complete understanding of everything. I want to let out whatever I could be concealing. These are not things I say on a daily basis. These are not things that I say all the time. These are not feelings that I feel all the time.
You said this.
And now being on the camera, I would like it to be clear how I'm thinking, where I'm coming from. It's not smearing any details. I'm listening. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to everybody. I might have questions to your question, and that right there, I can see how that could get annoying. I want to understand. You ask me a certain question, I'm gonna give you an answer. At the end of the day, I get the gist. And correct me if I'm wrong when I summarize it. Just to let you know, I can go to that space. I'm choosing to prolong. I'm choosing to go deeper into it and look at all the pieces. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I understood what was going on, my energy would change. I wouldn't be so combative or rowdy. Number one. Number two,
It's female fingers.
I would just go ahead and crack open the shell
It's a
and let you
female.
guys know about certain traumas and certain situations and how they made me feel in those times. Right? That's what is being expected of me. I understand that. We're gonna get to that. Right now, I want it to be clear how I'm thinking in this moment. There's other people who think and go through these same things.
Shirt wearing ninja.
There's combative people out there. I'm doing this like, yo, I'm trying to make it clear, like, I'm not at war. I am not trying to fight y'all. There's nothing against y'all. When I speak like this towards y'all, I apologize to myself because this is how I look at myself. Ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Y'all just here trying to help me. Y'all just angels here trying to help me. The combativeness that I have is me fighting my own shit. It's me fighting my own mind. And you saying, well, let me help you. Use my mind. Here, use my mind too. I appreciate that.
You're going to use Chief Cupcake
I'm not
mind.
smearing no
You're going to
details.
use
I want to
Cupcake
actually
mind.
need to look at the details because that's where the devil is.
You're
I'm
going
not
to
just
use
going to be a
Cupcake
general,
mind. Tell
like,
you
that's
that.
just not going to be no generic shit. It ain't going to be no generic story.
You're doing it right now, bro.
Go ahead.
You're doing it right now. You're trying to. It's one thing to go over the details so that we can reach a conclusion. It's another thing to go over the details so you can still stand on your point.
That's not what I don't want to stay on that point. I do want to.
No. What I'm saying is that your perspective, you've considered it to be the highest perspective, and that's just a psychological response to anybody else's perspective. When you assign how you feel.
No,
the
Musa.
highest perspective.
I think Musa.
Any perspective that comes along, you will combat it.
I never do that. You make an assumption for me. Can it be corrected? Yes. Can we add to it and make it better? Yes. I never said my perspective was the highest perspective. If I had the highest perspective, why would I be here?
That's not the point. Obviously,
It's body language and it's the way that you're doing it. It's like a constant recap of the same thing. The way that we're communicating with you, we're leaving room for you to actually communicate with more around you so that we can heal the situation instead of staying stagnant all the time.
He gonna slap you. He gonna slap you. My little boy, shut up.
Ask questions.
Hey, look.
I noticed that I think like to balance it out, I feel like I feel where you're coming from in a way. I feel like when you're expressing certain things, I feel like it's kind of like we're doing the same thing. Like we have a point that we're trying to get you to see, So when you're speaking, we're not listening. And one thing I know, like, is in order to really help you, we have to be able to listen to you sometimes. And I'm not saying this should be done all the time, but I feel like if we're going to do that, because I feel what you're saying, like you're literally expressing like your mind, like your process of your thought, where you are. So I think it would be more constructive if in those moments we'd be like, see what you're saying and also like relate, because no, we're like all of us here do the same shit in different ways. You feel what I'm saying? Like we all be combative in our own way. Like it's not no, I'm not. It is regular. We all do it in our own way. So if anything, I feel like it'd be better for us to relate and like, yo, okay, I can see that and I can understand, because if we know he's defensive, then you know what I'm saying. Maybe if we related, then it'd be like, you know what I'm saying. He would understand, like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes even for us to just force our point, you feel me? I feel like it's not the most effective.
It's kind of like the same thing that he's doing.
In a way. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to push his point, and then we're just trying to push our point. And we're saying, yo, you should listen. But then
the chief comment line.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I know that sometimes Baba G will listen to understand so that he knows how to help you truly. You see what I'm saying? Because this could go on for a long time.
Yeah, back and forth for the same points.
I might have a shield to protect, but I also feel like you're coming at me with a sword, so I can't put my shield down.
Type shit.
And then I might come off like I'm coming at you with a sword, and so y'all put a shield up, and it's like, bro, I'm not even trying to attack you. I just got a sword, and it's like that, and that's literally what Sun Square Mars. That's literally what it says. I'm telling you, I know exactly what it's just happening. It's just playing out. This is the expression of that gene.
Right.
So I agree with that.
They talk all that good stuff. The chief walk in. The chief cupcake walk in.
Also,
intelligent. The chief cupcake.
These guys aren't trying to hurt me. They ain't coming at me with a sword at all. That's a false perception.
This is your reality, your environment. Like you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be around people that are as smart, if not smarter than you in different areas. Like there's people here that are more intelligent in certain areas, like emotional intelligence. You see what I'm saying? Like that might be an area you lack. So if there's somebody in your environment that feels something that's like, yo, I feel this, and then their feelings a lot of times are accurate, then that's not nothing you should be in defense to. You feel me? Like he's right about a lot of stuff. You feel me? So it's like he say something, and as much as I might want to ignore it, it be coming out right. I'm like, I'll bet against it. Like, yo, it's not gonna be right. It'll be right, and then I'll bet against it again, and it'll be right. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, you start seeing the algorithm of different programs in your reality. You have to learn how to use them for yourself, for your benefit. At that point, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You see what I'm saying? Like you're shooting yourself in the foot. Like
these cowgirls.
So, then again, it's vice versa. It's like on both sides. Like yo, like this is your reality. You put yourself around the people. You say we're the elite, so that means you should be able to trust people's minds, even if they have their own faults or whatever. You should be able to take the most out of it and go straight introspective. Like, damn, man, people are saying this about me. Like, especially if it's the whole group. Especially if it's the whole group. And Bobby says it all the time. You feel me? Like, and we've been together for almost like 3 years, son. Long time, you feel me? Saying like we're intelligent in different ways. We all have our own perspective. If everybody in the group is saying something, then you feel me? I do think that aggressiveness should calm down, because you around men that like sometimes the aggressive spirit is cool, but it's like
tell that the chief cupcake.
Energy to let niggas know you understand.
Tell that the chief cupcake.
Around men, sometimes that aggressive energy is like, bro, why are you so aggressive? Like you feel me? Like we talking, and even if you're gonna talk like that, like you can do it in a way that shows you understand. Like yo, I see what you're saying. Be like, I never thought about it like that. You feel me? Like you can still talk with that like aggressive, like out energy, but it's still gonna be like portrayed in a way that's like okay,
in an understanding way.
He's trying to understand. I understand. You feel me? Versus like, you know, guard and like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is my perspective. Like, no, I don't know. Like, what do you mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't understand that. Like, how does that make sense? You feel me? It's very guarded, and that's what needs to be looked at, because there's a trauma. There's something you're trying to protect. And it's like, yo, that's not logical, because in this environment, that much guard should not be put up. And so that's the issue in the core, because we've been here before. You see what I'm saying? So, you feel me? I got my own shit too. You feel me?
We all do.
I do the same thing. Like I'll deal. I realize with myself, I'll feel certain emotions, and I don't want to deal with them. Like certain of my deeds will come to people, and I want to run. I want to avoid conflict, like because I feel like yo, I might just punch somebody in the face just because
Dr.
I don't
Mirror don't start.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'll go run and isolate, and you know so that can be good at times, but I can also use that as an excuse to run for myself. And so that's why I like how we're coming back together and being around each other more, so that these things can come out, so that we can learn how to deal with our emotions and things like that around each other, because we're men. You feel me? And we should be able to stay logical through all in any situations.
Big facts. Even when speaking on emotions.
So So what he said was good. It was good for everybody. Every scar that I have on my knuckles, every scar that I have on my fingers, come from me punching walls.
Then you should stop punching walls.
It's from bottling up emotions, thinking that I got it, going into a room, and then one day it's just so many thoughts, so much frustration. I have to let it out somewhere. I bust open walls. Tired.
But you won't
I
hit
don't care. I don't care about the
Cupcake.
pain. I don't even feel the pain. I don't even realize.
But you scared of Chief Cupcake.
Cut until like
He gonna let you know.
way later. I have a lot of that energy, and like Musa's saying, I just need to learn where to put it. I agree with Musa. Musa is one of my favorite angels because he always comes in from that Libra perspective and gives you both sides at once, and I need that because I can see my side sometimes, just be focused on my side, and that can be good sometimes, but sometimes when it's against my brothers, it's not good. It's not a good energy to have. It's not a good energy to use. I use that for certain things. I use that against myself. I use that against, certain people online sometimes. I shouldn't have to use that here. These guys are the same frequency. They have the same knowledge that I have. So when they giving me something, it's probably worth something. I probably shouldn't just fight it anyway. The saying is, take the meat, leave the bone. Even if I disagree with something, or my mind is like, wants to combat it, it doesn't mean I have to. I can take what he said, add it to myself, actually add it to myself, and try to take it and make a change. That's cool with me, bro. That's cool with me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate that perspective, Musa. You know what I'm saying?
They're on the frequency, all right. They're on the frequency, all right.
Would just be actual traumas, I just don't feel like, and that's another thing. There's another thing that I feel sometimes is that I could share those things with y'all, but sometimes this is just how I feel. It ain't gotta be real. This is just how I feel. I'm just being honest. Sometimes I feel like y'all don't really care. And this is just, and I'm not saying this is true, this is just how I feel sometimes. It's like, not even just y'all, just people. I don't feel like people really care that much. I don't think like
you're not around
people really care about what the fuck I'm going through as much as they act like they do. I don't.
You are a buck boy. You're not around people.
Bring something to you, and I'll express it to you, and I won't get the response that I expected, and the response from the universe will be like, deal with it. And that's something I'm used to. That's something I'm used to, and then I take that and I ride with it, and it puts me in a lonely space. It makes me put people away. It's like asking a girl on a date and she says no, and then you ask another girl, she says no, and you just keep asking and keep saying no. It's like, fuck it, I'm not even going. I'm done asking. I don't even feel like asking because I'm gonna get rid. It's like a fear of rejection, and so I just don't feel like sharing. Like I don't feel like sharing nothing with Truth. I don't. Like Truth's gonna give you. I expect Truth to talk to me how I talk to myself. I expect Truth to be like, okay, what's the solution? When I talk to Chief, I already know I can go to Chief with a problem, but as I talk to the problem, I talk about the problem with Chief, I'm like, I come to the solution in the midst of it. And it's like, okay, let's use the solution. Let's focus on the solution. Let's get back to balance. Let's get back to work. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't care to share my traumas with y'all. I feel like, and this I'm not saying this is, yet again, I'm not saying this is right. This is just how I think. Sometimes this can be corrected. I'm hoping for this to be corrected.
Chief know your traumas.
I don't care to share my traumas with y'all, bro. I don't, and not y'all, like everybody. Live sometimes it's cool because on live,
know your traumas.
Sometimes one or two people will pop out the woodworks like, yo, I went through that too. Hey, I went through that too. Hey, and I'll be like, yo, you my nigga. We suffering together, and that would be cool. Like I like doing it on live. Sometimes I'll find one or two people who will listen. at the end of the day, I don't think like in this environment, I know we love it and all that shit, but that's why I want my woman. Because when I talk to my woman, it's like Zola, she knows things about me that nobody knows. She sees how my mind works behind closed doors.
That's why you beat her up.
Like she knows how my mind, and I like to give that to women because women, they want to hear that. They want to hear my journey. Like all the women online who I find, who I resonate with, who want to listen, like they fucking women. They want to hear that shit. Men are just like solution. And I'm cool with that. Right? I get it. But like True said, you sound like a girl. And it's right because I want to express. I do want to. No.
You see what I'm saying? This is what happens. This is what happens when I say stuff. People take it and they process it how they want to process it. That ain't even what
I ain't saying that was your. I ain't saying
how they
that.
do. You see how people do. That's how they do. That's how they do. People do what they want to say.
And you was just speaking. You said that you don't know how we think and how it's going to be perceived when you said that you don't feel like sharing your trauma, right?
Right.
But bro, I know about the Vegas story. I know about your come up.
You know.
But I'm saying that I know. Like,
you went through those things with me though.
I know.
Certain things, but I'm saying right here.
Me and you, we went. Okay. So that's because we resonated in those areas. You came to me like, hey, I was in Vegas. Hey, I was in Cali. And I'll be like, hey, I went through this and I did this and I did this, and I'll tell you all those things. It's not like that's like bonding. That happens over time.
Yeah, but
maybe
are you expecting us to come to you and be like, yo, I want to know your life story, or is it just like
I
know what it is?
I give y'all what I give y'all, but I don't go deeper. Like you know the Vegas story, but you don't really know the Vegas.
right.
Like you already said it though. You said like when you grew up, you didn't have time to like express your feelings. And shit
Okay,
like that.
Yemi.
Like get business done. So you like transfer that trauma. That's a trauma. Like you know what I mean? Like we all go through that. Like I didn't have enough time to emotionally express myself too as a child. But here it's an opportunity to do so.
That's
You know
true.
what I
That's
mean?
true.
So it's like you feel me? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like maybe it's just a fear of being vulnerable. Rather than like, oh, y'all don't give a fuck, it's a perception, because that's how it's been all your life. Because I was just talking to Captain True and Captain Moose's, and I opened up, like, it wasn't he didn't give me no, like, feedback of just objectivity, like, yeah, the solution, da-da-da. Like, no, it was like, okay, I feel you, dog, like, da-da-da. He, like, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
You know what I like? This is what I feel like doing is also. It's like freestyling when nobody's there. It's like, damn, I just said the dopest bar, and like nobody saw that, nobody heard that. I think that what I want to do more is practice that live.
Yeah, that's what we talking
Because
about.
I talk with y'all about those things sometimes, but like I said, it's like you a part of me, and the solutions you're gonna give me, I promise you already, I got it. You're gonna give me another perspective, you're gonna walk me through it, you're gonna hold my hand through it. We got the same knowledge. Like y'all gonna tell me what I know. I'm coming to you to hear Chief. If I go and talk to y'all, it's because I'm looking for the Chief in you. Not responsible. I'm expecting that. And if I don't get that, then I'm gonna be disappointed. And if you try to baby me through this shit, I'm gonna be disappointed. I don't want that shit. I really don't. So I think that what needs to happen is I need to express it in a healthy way. I think that outlet it again, making the beats only lets me express my emotions so much.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, with having a woman, it's like I like having a woman because I'll sit there and it's like an interview. It's like I'll talk to her and she'll take that on and she'll talk to me and we can do that for hours. I could do that with a woman for hours. I've never been able to do that with men. I've never
Exactly, Dr. Mayor. Exactly, no one. They talking about our society is sick, and they talking about
sharing the real Vegas
nothing.
story. You know what I was feeling, how I really got to that situation.
It don't always have to be like I'm gonna give him a solution. Like Master Calvert came to me the other day about the story with his mom, what he went through, and how he tried to women. I didn't say nothing. I ain't say nothing back. I ain't give you no feedback, no. Like we talked, but it's just good. It's just good to listen.
it's just good to listen. Sometimes, like you can come to me, like to certain people here, and we'll just listen, rather than just it being like Bobby G talk about his stories all the time. We don't like
the solution to that is this.
And this and that.
I want to see if people want to call in after this, after what you got to say.
Because, bro, we're family. Like, we're family. It's nothing should be kept away type shit. And that in itself,
That's a
why
lot.
it's a disconnect between you, us, because it's like a distrust that you don't trust us. And that in itself is causing the tension type shit because you're not being real. And how do you expect, like, the response you're expecting to get, you want people to care or whatever, you're not even doing, you know what I'm saying?
I expect the worst from y'all.
Oh, this
That's not
time,
right.
last
That's
time
not
it wasn't
right, but
his.
That's what it
Yep,
is.
people
It's
give
not
them
good.
money.
I think that is what do you want to call it? That's like I feel like that's a recorded response. And you like I feel like you on like high right now of like ego trip. Like you tripping out right now.
It's honest.
It's not honest, because think about it. You just said that, yo, I get it, I understand. I'm just expressing, I just want to express.
Right.
And in fact, bro, if we one mom on something and you got an issue and you come with your issue to get help and you truly want to help, once the solution is given to you, you're going to take it in and apply it. Like, you're not going to keep on being combative because you're trying to get your mind across. You know what I'm saying? Like that in itself, one is wasting time. It's taking away from the focus of why we even came here. So you know what I'm saying? You saying, oh, I'm looking for chief for everyone, but you rejected it in the same breath. And that in itself that's not carbonation. That's not what we do. We know that. So you deliberately going against the knowledge type shit.
What?
What I'm saying?
He said all babies can die.
Watch it. Watch how that statement snatched everything else that was all the progress that we made was snatched away.
Okay.
Because he simply said
So let me listen.
that wasn't carbonation. And rather than being logical and saying shit, that ain't carbonation. You took it as a personal attack, and then we know
They say pride.
the shield comes back up again, and we literally didn't go nowhere.
Let me put the shield down. I said I'm looking for chief and everybody, and you said that when it comes, I reject it. And that's not carbonation. That's what happened. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Had a response.
So I'm gonna put the shield down. And I'm like, okay. Because there's been things Chief has said that I haven't listened to as well. So I can't say that it's not true. The reason why I got in the position that I got in with Zoka was because I didn't listen to Chief.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't tell you.
Blame the baby being born on Chief. All this
I
about
got a lot to say. I just don't feel like I need to say it.
But let's look at it. Why is that? But like,
yo, that's some effed up stuff. All of this is over a baby transitioning that they all guilty of. Instead of letting that man deal with that the way he want to deal with it. And then now he trying to say, first he was saying, oh, Zoka know more about me than anybody. She know things I open up to her. Now with your next breath, you're going to say, I got into the situation I got into by not listening to Chief with Zoka because he told y'all not to be together. Well, make up your mind. Make up that baby going to come haunt all of y'all. That baby going to haunt all of y'all. Mama Dia, everybody. Y'all all going no Vaseline. With gasoline and no Vaseline.
whenever somebody triggers you, that's when I say slow down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
stop. Hold up real quick. What was it about him saying that that's not carbonation that made you attach yourself to it and make it personal and almost respond emotionally rather than extract the logic he was trying to state?
Well, if you want to go into that.
No. I'm saying for you.
Go ahead,
Like,
go ahead.
and I'm saying that
I'll make it quick. I'll make that one quick. That's fine.
The only thing I'm saying is that that's what we're looking for. Like that's what we're looking for. That's where all the progress and the growth is at. It's not so much
send him home.
Exciting information as it is being able to recognize and be self-aware of the things that you do in a moment of an emotional trigger. So that's all. I noticed it about to happen.
Okay, so let me just nip that in the bud real quick. You're telling me that it's because he said that's my purpose. That's not what it was. I was just
Go back and do crack.
But I was about to argue that, and I don't need to do that. I just need to listen. I got his point. That's why I was able to say that. I got it. I get it. I was about to argue some other petty shit. So I'm also learning I don't need to give everything that much energy. That's where a lot of defensiveness comes in as well. It's poor energy management. I don't need to give every tiny little detail that much energy. I understand.
What was you? But I want to know because like when I was listening to
when he was saying that when Chief he said, well, I come to y'all for questions, and then when I get the answers is when Chief comes back, I reject it. I be like, I don't feel like it's always Chief that comes out of y'all. When I talk to you, I don't want to go with it.
But no, but what I'm saying is that you can't even base your feelings off of, you can't even use your feelings to make logical judgments. That's the whole point of this thing.
You can't use feelings to make logical judgments when feelings come from thought.
Where all these new boys come from?
I know feelings come from thoughts. I understand that.
How are you saying you can't use feelings?
I'm saying that you can't use how you felt as alone as justification because you're not looking at the logic behind what's being said.
I stopped. I stopped. You said slow down, and I needed to hear that.
No, what I'm saying is that you were going to argue him off of that.
Some petty.
Right, but which means that what we're talking about is still there.
I stopped it.
I'm trying to figure out why is it still there though?
It's something that I wish that we could heal our traumas like that. I wish it was like that, but this is going to be a process. I know you want to see it like that, but this is going to be a process. My triggers are not going to leave. This would be dope if this was the amazing moment where Solar has gained complete mastery of self. Self-mastery is a process. Guess what? After this, I'm going to be tried again. I'm going to be tried again, and then again, and then again. And it's how I respond each time. And as I improve, that says everything. I stopped myself. I could have easily went back into it. You helped me. You said, hey, slow down. Look, you got to do it again. Slow down. Right. Now I need to start saying that to myself. Is that still going to be trigger? I wish I could eliminate the trigger.
What's the core?
I wish we could eliminate the trigger.
What's the core?
Of what? Be specific.
I think that the core of it is that you don't trust our judgment that much.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with y'all.
It has to.
It has nothing to do with y'all. It has everything to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. I told you yesterday, you be right 80-90% of the time. Anyway, I gotta give you that credit. And they said, well, if you give him that credit, then how could you not listen to him? Right. Because it ain't got nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with my perception of him. It has everything to do with how I look at y'all. When I look at y'all, right, versus how I look at myself, the sense of superiority kicks in because y'all ain't got to figure it out either. You have different pieces figured out, and you need to help each other. I'm understanding. I'm already understanding the solution. I'm saying you know the thought process behind it. I'm going past it. I don't want to stay there. I don't want to live there. I don't want to live there. I don't want to keep these thoughts. You're asking what the root of it was. I'm explaining that to you. Not everybody got it figured out. We all look fucked up still. And instead of looking at y'all as, okay, these guys got answers, I'm looking at them like, man, who are you to tell me something? Man, you don't even understand yourself. And then a sense of superiority comes back to me, where it's like, I gotta figure this shit out. I gotta do it myself. I gotta figure it out. I got the knowledge. Let me go apply the knowledge. Let me go sit down and work out by myself. And it turns into that. Now it's turning into leave me alone. Let me go process it.
Y'all talk so long, the
It's
sunlight going away.
like Cal just said, it's like a distrust. It's not a distrust to y'all. It's I can't trust nobody. The only person who I really trust for real is Chief. I expect all of y'all to do something dirty to me. I expect everybody to do something dirty to me. The only person who I don't really expect to do me dirty is Chief.
Chief
Because he's
Cupcake,
done the dirty.
my download. I need my
I've
download.
seen the weakness, all of us.
I need my download.
So the root of it is like, man, who are you to tell me? And that's not good. That's not good. We're all becoming. I don't know. Like you might be.
Thank you, Lona.
It might be all of us.
I need my downloads.
I don't know how it's gonna pan out. I don't expect the best I don't expect the best from people. I don't expect the best from y'all. Like the girl in the live, like keep it like it's funny, like you doing it, you speaking to that frequency of women, but that girl Portia, I don't give a fuck about her. Like, yo, she in my life, I pull her up in every live, yeah, I communicate with her, yeah, she said she wanna be my wife, yeah. I don't give a fuck about her. I expect her to come here and do some fuck shit when she comes here. I expect her to not ever come here. I'm expecting that. I'm not expecting nobody to be. I'm expecting me to be vulnerable with y'all and somebody to use it against me.
Yes, I'm sick of only getting Chief downloads, and we need some women. We need some women. I don't have a baby no more. Now I could be free, and we need some women because Chief got them all. So that's what's really making us frustrated.
Those are traumas. Those are things that have been done to me in the past.
Have you done that to somebody?
No, it's been done to me.
Hey, not stop again.
Many
Hey,
times. I'll take your secret to the grave. You know, what I mean, I'm somebody here. I'll ride or die for you. I'll ride or die for you. But if I say, bro, and that's the Mars square Pluto. Like, I will protect you with everything that I am. I will protect you with my last tiny ounce of energy.
No, I wouldn't.
I'll make sure that it was known. And it's extreme, but it's called the predator or the protector. If I want something, I'm gonna get that shit. I don't care what I gotta do. And it's dangerous because I can do more things to get what I want. But I also protect. If you're mine and I claim you, I will defend you with my life.
Oh,
when it comes to Chief, I will die. When it comes to who I call my family, even y'all, even if I
of course, when it comes to Chief, you'll die because all of y'all been sipping the same nasty Kool-Aid because he is the Kool-Aid. Chief is the Kool-Aid that all of y'all sipped on. So of course y'all all gonna die. Y'all gonna die slow, but y'all still gonna die. Don't worry about it. You're gonna get your wish. Your wish is gonna come. Don't worry about it.
said I don't trust you, I will still die for you, just to let you know that. You had a real nigga with you. You had a real loyal person with you. Like at the end of the day, if I say if you my family, like even my niggas in the past, even Bloods and shit, like I was gonna die for them niggas, and I would put myself in the position to do that. And what happened when the roles switched? They left me high and dry.
Aww.
When the roles switched, I was abandoned with nothing.
You shouldn't have been in the damn game. You shouldn't have been in the game.
I put so much energy into these people. I put so much of me into these people just for them to turn around and bite me in the ass.
Nobody told you to be in the game.
I gave you a house. I gave you my master bedroom. I gave you food. I gave you a job. I gave you clothes.
You sold drugs. You sold drugs.
I cooked the food for you. I picked you up when you was down. I cleaned you up. And y'all know I do that for you. You know I do that for everybody. You all know I'll pick you up and clean you up and take care of you with your work.
You gonna take care of men at their worst.
My trauma is that it never gets done back to me. When I need somebody the most, I'm by myself.
I'm
not saying y'all have done that to me. This is my life. This is my life experience.
I
don't even give y'all the opportunity to do me like that. Actually, I just do good and let it be like that. I just don't invest myself too much into y'all. The most I invest myself was into my relationship. And look at how that's panning out for me.
Cry me a river.
Look at how much of me I invested into a relationship. And a relationship is with loyal. I have a relationship with Musa. I have a relationship with True. I have a relationship with you. But look at how that's panning out.
Go home.
These are deep psychological problems that
And be
our
by
people
yourself.
have, bro.
No. That's your problem. That's your problem.
This isn't just me
Sir,
going through this.
sir,
It's
sir.
not.
That's your problem.
I invest my energy into you just for you to do me dirty. I just did a little 1 minute video saying, look, it's like I'm looking to find that angel.
Exactly.
I'm an angel in hell. And I'm looking to find another angel in hell. Good luck. I expect everybody to do me dirty. The only person who I found who won't is Chief. Why?
Because he
He's done the dirtiest. And I've been with him and seen him long enough to where he's tried, tested, and approved. Y'all ain't all tried, tested, and approved. We are all being tried, tested, and approved now. We are all in the process now.
Lola66 said, continue to do good and don't focus on the return. It will happen.
That's true. And that's what my chart says. It says don't do things and start expecting it back from other people. It says just do it because it fills you up. And that's what I want to do. But what I'm saying, Lola, is I'm not saying I don't want to do good. I'm always going to do good. I'm always going to give. I'm always going to be like that. What I'm saying is I don't want to invest myself too much into people. So like Caliber said, it's like a distrust thing. Yeah, but it's not your fault. And it's not anything that y'all did. It's me. It's my traumas. It's what I've gone through.
Appreciate that.
It's giving myself to somebody, so much of myself to somebody, deep parts of myself, very sensitive pieces of myself, just for them to be thrown back in my face, or to be ignored and stepped on. Here's my inner child. Here, you want to see it? Here's my inner child. They just step on it, or it just gets thrown away. That's my, or ignored. That is my trauma. That is my track record for years since.
Cry me a river.
Somebody also said. Somebody also says, could it be because you're expecting it? Why you're getting that outcome?
No. It's I've always given it without expectation. This is the danger of unconditional love.
Oh God.
I will give to you regardless of what you give to me.
Oh goodness. Go ahead, Cupcake.
I love me. I'm gonna do it because I will do that for me.
So what you talking about it for, Cupcake?
It's just when I do that, these people have became my number one enemies. These people have became
So go back to the gang.
When I look back at it, it's like, yo,
go back to the gang. Go back to the gang.
Somebody calling in.
It comes down to whether or not you feel like the men around you have an intent that's some type of on you. And if you use, and if I mean, if you and like when something's brought to me, I don't feel like nobody is trying to
Yo, what's up, bro?
Anything of that nature. So you're gonna continue.
Hold on,
You're gonna continue to have this type of response until you make a decision on whether or not the guys around you, even though we have made mistakes, and even though we're not flawless, do the guys around me have my best interest in mind, or if they're trying to harm me? If they're trying to harm me, you're gonna combat everything with sand, and you're going to.
That's real.
So it's up to you. Like
that's real. That's super real because what I'm doing is I'm projecting my traumas onto y'all, and it's not even. I'm not even giving y'all a chance. And it's a fear.
You've been there 2 years, and now you have this discussion.
Bro,
whatever, man.
Zoka gave me so much good advice that probably could have really like elevated me and helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I did not listen at all because it's like you're like you don't know, you don't really care, like whatever. You just trying to hurt me, like you just saying that to make me feel like this, and that right there, bro, is that was toxic. It's toxic. is what it is.
That's why you beat
It's
her up
toxic.
while she was
Should I
pregnant.
say
you got to
something
say,
now?
Colin? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, check this out. I got two things I want to say, bro. Number one,
Go ahead.
man, you can't duck your feelings. I don't give a damn how much you try to call yourself a god. You're not gonna duck your feelings. Your feelings is your feelings, man. Simple as that. Number two, if y'all leader was so much against Babylon, why the fuck did he cancel from the beginning? Why did he?
Anyway, right. Like I said, I'm gonna build on what you said again real quick because that was true. I'm not even.
All right, it's not finished. It's not finished. It's not finished. It's not finished.
Got up, Sam. Captain True came in the room. He was like, "Yo, I want to have a meeting." There were some things that he felt he wanted to express to the group, and within, I know that this ain't. I feel like my perspective started from really the Sam. So first thing, when we got up to Sam, Captain True came in the room. He was like, "Yo, I want to have a meeting." There were some things that he felt he wanted to express to the group, and within him expressing that, there were some concerns and some things he had felt like he seen in Captain Solar the day, it was actually yesterday, and prior to that he felt like were not the best characteristics for us being a team. So in the midst of that, I think that's what kind of started the kind of back and forth, trying basically expressing something to Captain Solar that we all feel like we've seen and felt, and getting like a combativeness that trickled over after the meeting.
Yeah, she left my chief. I didn't kick nobody.
So those same feelings trickled over after the meeting to where we could console noon, and then we called up a meeting to discuss, about what the placements of rooms and things like that were going to work. And in that meeting, we still felt like a vibe, like I said, a tension, an irritation vibe. And so we addressed it, and Captain Solar had some feelings. There were some things that were obviously affecting the group. And in the midst of talking about it, that's when I had hit you in the walkie. It was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Can we go live about this? Because, I feel like it would turn into a good bill. So that's where my perspective came in from, of seeing the initial meeting this AM, and then the tension carrying over, and then knowing that it was coming from Captain Solar, I wanted to address it to get to the root of it, so that, we get healed.
Number 5, reach yourself.
Got it. I got it.
I mean, that's not real. We can't.
The reason I felt the way I felt is because there was tension in the air, and I feel like you can be combative, and afterwards you don't properly deal with your emotions. So
That's a fact.
that feeling can transpire into the environment. So the way I was feeling was like, yo, let's talk about it so we get healed. Because I didn't feel like it was constructive to us as a group. And I'm not excluding myself to say I don't do that. I feel like I do sometimes do that, which is why I feel like it's important.
He looking like another. They always gotta look like somebody's aunt.
Right.
He look, always gotta look like somebody's auntie.
Trauma about like how you projecting trauma onto us.
Always gotta look like somebody's
like
auntie.
those where we give you advice and it's like completely rejected.
Emotions, like no communication, none of that. And so I could see how that trickles over as a trauma for me, and not wanting to express my emotions because y'all be all like, well, get to the root. And I'm like, I know the root. I don't want to go to the root. And I tucked the root so far in the back to where it's like, actually, I got to work towards getting back to it because I done forgot about it. Like, oh, I did go to that. That is a trauma I have because I done tucked it away because I got to be strong. I got to be tough. I can't show no weakness. I can't show no emotions. I can't cry. I can't do none of that. That's not strong.
Go ahead.
And that's what I was taught. And that's what I was programmed with.
Cupcakes told you not to cry.
So we have the 3 C's to be able to get those things out. And it's important that we do, because if we don't, then what happens is we start projecting our traumas onto each other.
She said, what are feelings based in?
And so yeah, to the end of the day, you know, as men, what we do is we go into the thoughts. You don't stay in the feelings. We don't stay in the feelings at all. You can't ignore them either, because if you ignore them, then you're ignoring those thoughts. And like you know that the thoughts are going to play out. They're going to express themselves in one way, shape. If it's in your subconscious, it's going to be in your reality. So you can't ignore it. You have to acknowledge it, bring it on the forefront. And concealing it ain't going to do nothing. Acting like it's not there ain't going to do nothing. The ability to be vulnerable is to bring those thoughts to the forefront. And my distrust of y'all and my traumas and those things just have to be acknowledged and healed and looked at differently. And I can't keep doing that to y'all first. Then it's gonna stagnate me. It's gonna stagnate me, and I'm gonna keep creating the same situation in my reality.
The women should get pregnant
Bro,
by
I
Nature Boy.
came
All the
I
men should
came
leave,
in
and
the
people
production room this
here should
AM
come in and beat
to talk to you because I that's what I would want somebody to do for me. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the worst things that I think about is somebody seeing me going the wrong way and they just let me keep going. So I don't want to be that dude, but I was like, man, I guess he just gonna have to argue me down, or you know what I'm saying, whatever response you was gonna give. I didn't allow that to deter me from having that meeting, and I wanted my other brothers around just to bring clarity to the situation, because I know a meeting is more impactful than a one-on-one in some regards, because you're more likely to submit to the truth when it's coming out of 4, 5, 6 different mouths versus, you know, one person, because it's more easy for you to argue that and say that that person's wrong for whatever reason. And I want somebody to do the same thing for me too. If you see me going in the wrong direction, man, sit me down, man. Sit me down and have a conversation with me. Like, yo, I noticed you did that. I noticed you said this. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? How you know what I mean? I ain't asking you to baby me. I'm asking you to, you know what I'm saying, just be what we are, and it's a team. That's a family. That's it. You ain't got to baby me, because I ultimately got to do the work myself. But if you see something and you don't say nothing, you just as bad as I am. So that's what motivated me this AM to get up and go ahead and handle that. Because I couldn't eat Solar Noon. I couldn't do no video without handling that business first. And I know what it looks like and what it feels like to feel like you got to protect yourself. You know what I mean? From what?
I think one of the biggest takeaway points that I have from this, one of the biggest takeaway points.
Hold on, y'all. She's coming in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, ain't no, it ain't nothing for you to have some fun. Like every time we go skating, you know what I'm saying? That's cool. We have some fun. We gotta live our life, right?
Right.
But your main thing is on that pulpit. Get up there and preach, nigga. Teach, King. That's where you powerful at. Solar too. Yo, teach. Feed the people. You do that, you gonna be pussy Mac. Musa, get on your music shit, nigga. When you do your music shit, you in your bag. Fuck all that other shit. Get on your music shit. Put it in the music. Fuck all that. Channel it into the music. That's it. Pice and Caliber, music, nigga. Music. Yo, get back on the music, nigga. Like, nah. Get back on the music. Know y'all lane. Know y'all position. All this other shit,
Here it comes.
that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Niggas just
gonna
trying to
make
get
it
in your
about
business,
him.
trying to figure out something, trying to figure out who y'all are, and seeing everything they can see. They done seen everything.
Y'all know that Nature Boy is going to make this about him. Just watch. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for the disrespect.
everything, really, but they want to see more and more and more. These niggas is fascinated with me. They don't give a fuck about y'all. Haven't y'all figured that out?
That's a fact.
These people are not interested in you. They're interested in me. People leave here, right? They suck and extract the knowledge out of the people that they can get, the tea, and then those people disappear. They keep following me and everything I'm doing and the people around me. They forget it. What happened to Earth? Anybody hear about Earth? She was a hot subject. She had a whole book. They got all the information out of her about me, and now there's no more Earth. Where's Mississippi? She over there still eating tulips and shit. Listen, nobody gives a fuck about y'all niggas, man. And if a bitch do, she care about what you have to offer. My nigga, nobody give a fuck about them niggas. All these people give a fuck about is me and how they can use this shit against me. They trying to figure out how they can use whatever y'all talk about against me. Niggas don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about. It's good.
Say less, say less, say less, say less, say less. You know he was gonna make that about him. And you know this. Nobody gives a F about. He said nobody gives a F about you. They're only here for me. Woo! That's cold blood. That's cold blood. That's cold blood.
Golf somewhere while you motherfucking making sure his dreams stay alive. Motherfucker, you're in a cult. Same shit you watching here judging. You don't even know what you're looking at. You doing the same motherfucking thing, but you're doing it for somebody else's dreams. At least these men over here can say, yo, this is something I want to do with my life, though. This is something I would do with my life if he wasn't even involved. At least they could say that. You can't say that. You go to work for somebody else's dreams. You're a slave. That's the kind of fucking cult you're in. You're a slave. Even if you're a business owner, you got an EIN number. You work for the state. You work for the United States of America, nigga. Even if you have your own business, you're a slave. Because you got an EIN number. You can't open up a business without an EIN. Slave. How you going to open up a business without EIN? Okay, you could do a hustle. Now you got a hustle, that's different. You got a hustle, that's cool. You do what you do. You hustle, you hustle. You found the loophole. All right, cool, do your thing. Do your fucking thing, but I bet you not everybody hustling. Most people got an EIN number or a social security number, nigga.
So do you.
Talking about you're a part
it's
of
on
the
your
cult,
passport.
Bitch.
So do you. So do you. It's on your passport.
Now they're not looking unhappy. They looking focused. They listen. They soaking up the knowledge, nigga. You understand? You unhappy. These niggas living their dreams. They want to do this with their life. This is what they figure they want to do with their life. You feel me? They my employees. Period. You feel me? Y'all mad? Because I got my own business. I ain't got nothing to do with your business. Y'all mad because I got my own business. I was the businessman before I got here. I just shifted into spirituality. Period. I was going to be that nigga regardless. They would always be mad at me. Before I left, niggas trying to sell me their barbershops. Niggas trying to go, because I was shutting everybody barbershop. Niggas was starting to hate me. Because my business ethic was so good where I was at, that a nigga was like, yo, this nigga's still in our business. Because it was popping where I was at. Everybody was coming over to my shop. Hey, you see how I'm online? And I got these numbers over here. I was doing these numbers in Babylon. Same thing, different story. Same shit, different story. Niggas start noticing my name, little Bishop's AC Cuts, Bishop's this, Bishop's that. Brothers come in my shop. Other barbers from other shops come in my shop, sit in the chairs and just listen and watch.
Do you see how all their hair is cut? Do you see how effed up all of they? This man can't even do a line. This ninja can't even do a line. I ain't see no hair barbershop skills yet. What business you still? You can't cut no damn hair. You can't cut nothing. People are actually interested in the lives of those young men. That's why Natureboy got up there and made it about him. He is a true sociopath, narcissistic, and it would be best to leave him. They ain't going nowhere. They got them downloads. Got them downloads. You understand what I'm saying? Where he lived, that he ain't under the system. Ain't no place on earth, idiot. I can't say that enough, yup, cut pup. I cannot say that enough. Look how they was doing all that talking. And the first thing he said is, people don't give a F about you. They only care about me. They shut up real quick. Yo, they shut up real quick. You should have known he was going to do that. It's like, I'm going to give you a compliment and slap you at the same time. Let me give you a compliment, then I'm going to slap you. I'm going to slap you, then give you a compliment. Thank you kindly. He's about the dumbest people. I don't know what type of barbershop work he was doing, but his work sucks.
They go back to their barbershop. Yeah, the nigga said this, nigga said, he over there, you know what I'm saying, giving out free drinks, free food, and doing tattoos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, them niggas is over there cool and they chilling. I ain't gonna lie, it was a cool vibe though, boss. It was a cool vibe. I ain't gonna lie. Them niggas, it was funny.
Look at him.
Niggas crazy over there. I'll listen to him. I'll listen to him just like niggas come over here. Niggas come up here and sit in the pews. That's what the fuck is the comments and niggas viewing. Just come sit over there. Let me see what this nigga talking about, man. And they go back onto their panels and they start talking. Yo, man, the Natureboy. Same shit. I still was taking over. I still was taking over in that world. Because niggas come to me, yo, listen, I got a 50-50 deal. I don't want this shop no more anyway. We can just franchise it in your name. You know what I'm saying? We split it down the middle 50-50.
Lies.
I'm like maybe 70-30. But
that's a lie.
I'll talk to you about it.
That's a lie.
You feel me? Niggas come in the shop. Hey, yo, can I talk to you real quick? I got a shop up the block. You feel me? Niggas, I'm taking over without even knowing it. Niggas trying to get in with me. Like, yo, if you can't beat them, you might as well join them. So niggas was shutting their shop down, my nigga, before I left. I was franchising. My business, my one business was so good that other niggas surrounding me, you know what I'm saying? When they realized that you can't hate this nigga. You know why they couldn't hate me? I had all the females. Nigga, all the salons, you know who I targeted? I targeted gay people and females, nigga. I don't give a fuck about everybody else. This is beauty. When it comes to beauty, and I'm in the industry of beauty, you target gay people and women. That's it. Gay people and women. I had everybody, all the gay people and all the women. That's who runs the beauty industry. In my neighborhood, I targeted my audience, my people that I targeted. All the salons, I would buy them lunch, buy them flowers. I knew all the women in my neighborhood. They always cool with me. You know what I'm saying? They'll come over, we throw parties, I go out with them. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? I show everybody love because I already knew the psychology behind the whole thing.
Woo! Yeah, he's still talking. That was a lot to swallow. That was a lot to swallow right there. My, oh my, oh my. That was a lot to swallow. I cannot see what mess we got. What mess he come up with tomorrow. Ooh, have mercy. His boys did all of that talking for him to say they don't give a F about you. They're here for me. So that is the topic of the show. How Natureboy took a bonding experience between his boys, his little minions, and he do what he usually do. He make it about him. If anybody want to come up and they want to add to this, have a comment towards it, feel free. Come on. Come on up. If anybody want to come up, come on up. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Come on. Come on. He target kids too. Remember, he used to give, as he said, he gave kids free haircuts. I know plenty of barbershops. I don't know what they do in Atlanta. But I know plenty of barbershops that some barbershops stay packed. Some barbershops don't. They do not sit up there and give it to the next man 50-50. Who the hell does that? I'm gonna give you 50% of what? I was franchising. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. I don't know what y'all do down there. Well, that was the topic for today. Nature Boy tell his minions, I don't give a F about you. And if you have not subscribed to this channel and it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. Click on it, click on it, click on it, click on it. If you want to leave a comment down below, down below. 3 kids and me. Okay. Hey, love.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is a perfect example of what a cult leader does, right? Because one thing a cult leader just can't have is the members of his cult bonding with each other outside of him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you saw. You saw those men expressing themselves, and actually the conversation between Solar and True, what they were saying without saying was that this is fucked up. This man, I lost my baby. Now he's taken my wife, and then True is saying he got my woman again. He done talk. He sat there and had that RN moment with them
Yeah.
to take Sheba from him, but because they are so subservient to him, they allow it. But that's the dynamics of the cult. But that's what was going on because the focus has to be on on Nature Boy. So he feels threatened when they begin to have their own independent thoughts. They were thinking outside of what he's teaching. And so in that conversation with Solar and True, so True was True True was saying was asking him, well, what's the root of this? What is really going on? And
No,
so Solar said, it's my inner child. He was expressing that I'm really fucked up about this. And because
no,
something's happened to me in my past, I was never able to express the disappointment I've had when people have treated me wrong. That's what and so that's really what he wanted to say about what's happened between himself and Zoka and Nature Boy. He's mad.
he
They're
don't
all
belong.
mad.
He don't belong. I'm listening to I'm listening to Lawyer. Lawyer really don't belong there. Why is he there? I do not know. He expressed it in a lot of many different ways. But True, to me, his heartless self,
Hmm.
he gave me the impression like I don't care about your kid. What's because I'm just here because like you're being defiant, like you're being combative, you're being on defense. Uh you forgot what the guy said before that. We was like maybe he acting that way because his baby just passed away. And he was like,
Hmm.
and he still kept trying to drive away from that subject instead of saying, like nobody said, I understand, how you feel. We're gonna give you your time. These are robots. They robots here.
Well, they aren't able to have their own. They aren't able to have their independent thoughts, and they aren't able to have their independent feelings. It's not allowed. Solar said, I have to be strong. That's been droned into him. Something as tragic as losing your baby, and you are told to push that aside and put it away when they have seen Nature Boy over weeks, several instances of him wailing and crying and videotaping and phone calls about his daughter not being there and his woman gone, and all the baby mamas take the kids, and this boy done lost his child. And so he's mad because he's seen Nature Boy express his feelings in regard to his woman and his child or his children. But Nature
Mm,
Boy tells them, no, you cannot do that. Because this is not about how you feel about your situation. This is all about me. And that's the dynamics of a cult. He's only doing what every cult leader does. He's no different. He's like
mhm.
he's he's running the same race. My only hope is that the cult leaders that have been taken down, I hope, I don't know when, but I hope that it will his fate will end up just like all the rest of them, dead or in prison somewhere.
Yeah, 'cause we already know it's not if, it's when. It's not a
Right,
if, when.
right,
Because
right.
every good thing comes to an end. I hope you don't think this is gonna last forever.
And then him running around here talking about this is a business. These are my employees. You didn't call them employees. You called them slaves.
Mm.
You call them slaves. So some people look at nature, say, nature, there's like a self-hatred that he has because he was raised he was adopted by white Christians who, in whatever way, abused him. And so he's taken all that stuff that happened to him, and he's doing those same things to those people that are with him. So he's
What?
taking on the role of the slave master, right?
Yeah,
Because
but
the slave, go ahead.
there's no evidence that he was abused. It was evidence when he did something wrong, he
Hmm.
got beat for it. He won't be the first. He won't be the last child who gets beaten. But
My
he have always said, his baby mother even said when he was young, he looked in the mirror and he saw a demon. He always knew he was a demon seed. He was so much a demon seed. He went around as a young boy. This is even before he got touched. This is when he
hmm
was young, touching all the little boys
hmm
in town
hmm
because he liked it.
Well,
So there's
typically,
no proof.
typically, what happens when children who have been violated sexually, they're mimicking the behaviors that was
But he
acted out on them.
but
Hmm?
he started out the violator. Then the guy saw him violating, and then he got violated. But he liked it because that's what he was doing to little boys anyway.
I just don't think that a child will grow up, will just like come out of the womb and then just automatically just start violating children around them. I mean, I haven't seen it. I mean, I haven't seen that in literature. Maybe I just
Hey,
I haven't
day.
come across it. I mean,
It's
people,
books. It's books being made every day. It's something new every day. We never heard of Covoit neither, but it's here.
well, then, if that's the case, then so be it. Just typically, I mean, I'm just typically, children, they're doing what's being done, what has been done to them.
I get what you're saying, but
Hmm.
I'm only going by what he said. Now, if he didn't say that he touched the boys and he liked it when he was younger, then I'm just going by what he said. So I'm
But
processing
can you believe anything that comes out of his mouth?
that part. I do believe that
Mm.
part. I do believe. I believe he's always been a. I always believe he was born a demon seed. I'm sorry, he he. I believe he was born a demon seed.
Wow. Okay.
Everybody gotta admit that. We're not saying that things have not happened to him, but he
Hmm.
also died when he said his mother and father was died by he was one.
Right.
Now that turns out not to be true because if you and your brother are a year and a half apart, there's no way your mother died when you were one. Because where did your little brother come from?
Well, I honestly, his origin story, I don't believe anything that he says. I really don't. It's all contrived.
Mm-hmm,
It's all
mm-hmm,
made up to
mm-hmm.
fit the scenario and the picture that he wants to paint. You know, So unless unless it's verified through some other way, I just yeah, nothing he says is it's all lies. It's
Yes,
all
yup,
lies. But
yup.
what is real and what is true is what he's doing to these people. He's all that anger and all that whatever. He's projecting that word that he likes to use. He's projecting his inner turmoil and his fragile ego. He's projecting all that stuff onto those people, and he's exercising his demons, quote unquote, through these onto these people and through these people.
I mean, Yup Cup Pup said, if they born crazy, they will. Some kids are born sociopath, which is absolutely correct. If
Yeah.
they have done brain study
Hmm.
on people and they see the different the brain, how it works when you got a regular brain and if you have a sociopathic brain. Some,
Hmm.
and I think he happened to be one that was born that way.
Hmm.
That's why he was so devious when he was younger. That's why he was touching people when he was younger.
Right.
And then if you were church folks, they believe in don't spare the rod, don't suck with the rod, don't spare the rod for the child. Y'all know what the saying is.
Right.
But
I think this man should have should have been institutionalized. Well, he was institutionalized, and
mm,
he should have remained institutionalized because he has done nothing but bring destruction to anyone and to everyone that has come into his orbit.
see, my problem is not him. My problem is all the people that he has encountered and they let this continue. Like like from when he was beat up the wife, I mean the
Hmm.
baby mom, all his
Hmm.
baby mamas. He beat one baby mama so bad when it got down for her going to court. Then she turned around and write a letter stating that she caused it.
Hmm.
So he ended up getting out of it. It's like even with everybody who all the ex combination members.
Hmm.
They tell their story, but nobody's putting a stop to him. See, them the people I'm worrying about. This is somebody put in the chat. This is a sick society. Because we don't want to hear your story. Because why would you want us to hear your story and feel bad for you? But then I did a video where now I do certain videos where people come clean about the STD, but nobody has reported nothing. You telling us your story. Why?
I think that again we have to look at what happens in a cult. This is all taking place in a cult, and we have to know the dynamics of a cult. Um, they because I honestly think that the people who went there, they weren't going there to participate in his depraved world. That was
Mm,
not what drew them over there. What drew them over there was the scenery, was they wanted to live, they were beginning their journey of finding out why they were brought to, their purpose in life. They were starting out on that journey, and they wanted to live in nature and live a holistic life. So that's the picture that's presented, right? You'll often hear them say, you know I was searching, I was thinking about my purpose in
mhm,
life,
mhm, mhm,
and I came
mhm.
across Nature Boy, and I just vibrated to him. Well, yeah, that is true because he does, the brainwave puts out stuff and vibrations, and you are drawn to that stuff. So yeah, he did something in them drew them to him, right? But because they are inexperienced and gullible, they don't, skippity doo dah. They're listening to his knowledge, his rhetoric. They're being conditioned and groomed before they get there. He changes everything about them. When you strip somebody of their name, You're stripping them of their family identity,
Yeah.
what they were taught by the people who love them, and
Mhm.
then you take away their name, you give them a different name in secret, because he tells them, don't tell anybody what you're doing. Go get your passport, sell all your shit, and cut your hair off, and and listen to my stuff day and night, play my stuff at night. So then he's getting them on that level. So subconsciously, he's altering who they are. And so when they leave the country and they haven't told their parents or their family members, hey, I'm gone, and then they send the video back to their people once they are in another country, like, mom and
Leave
dad, I'm here and this is what I'm
it
going to
done.
do.
And they leave a
Right.
dead letter. Like, we're like,
They don't even
really?
they don't even leave a letter. They
What you
video
call it?
chat at the airport when they
Left
get
a dead
there.
Malaya. I call her
Right.
Malaya 'cause she can't tell the truth. Malaya wrote a dead John.
But that's all their stories. That's what they all do, right? That's what they don't tell nobody they're going, because the people gonna talk them out of the bullshit, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I'm saying. It's a whole grooming process. So once they get there, and then they realize, and then also before all that, right? I mean, he's doing the what do you call it? The love bombing. He's doing the love bombing. He's the pillow talk. He's learning
Mm-hmm.
all their little intimate secrets and their faults and their insecurities. He's learning all that. So when they get there, he's already got the dirt on them, right? So they get there, and for the women in particular, their first part of the initiation is, you got to have sex with me, right?
Drink his Kool-Aid, as I call it. I always say he is the Kool-Aid.
Right. So even if, like, they decide on day number two that they leaving, well, oh shit, I done had sex with this man and he's got all this, that, and the third. So there's that sense of shame. So then they stay. And then the more fuck shit they see, slowly, they've already let their guard down. And so now they're being conditioned by the group. And so the group dynamics, a lot of times, is what holds those people there. Because we saw when Tori, when she was leaving, and they all surrounded her and was going at her, and this, that, and the third. And then some people just like, forget it, I'll just stay. They just stay. And then and then the process just continues, right?
Yeah, but
So,
he's a whiz. I mean, he's
mhm,
really good at building you up. When he feel like he's losing you,
right.
oh, but here I'm not talking about the love bomb. I'm talking about like how he, hey, I'm the best cheerleader.
Hmm.
Yay,
And,
hey,
you know, but
you
then,
only pay. Then
hmm,
once he suck you back in, he
hmm,
back to downgrading you again. So it's just like a little kid, and they want that approval from mommy. So I mean, he
right.
understands. You can tell he studied cult life very well.
Because it's a whole process, right? Because he's also told you, once you get there, oh, your people ain't gonna want you. You know, you told me you were having problems with them anyway, so now you think they gonna want you back. They don't love you. Anything outside. Well, how many times he tell Velvet and Malia, you leave me, you're gonna die. You're gonna commit suicide.
Oh no, he right about they gonna die part. He right
Well,
about
that
that part.
you know what I'm saying. You can't exist without
That
me.
Kool-Aid. After drinking that Kool-Aid, because he is, people don't understand, he is the Kool-Aid.
Mhm.
And one way, even the men, he makes sure the women are passed. They went through
Mhm.
him first
Well,
before they got passed.
that's
So
the whole.
now you still drinking the Kool-Aid because he gave it to the girl, and now the girl done gave it to you.
That's again. That's another um theme of cult life, right? Because who was it? Like, David Koresh. He did this. The couples would come, and they even had children. And then before you knew it, well, all the men know, I'm gonna take all the women, and I'm gonna impregnate all the women, and your wife is no longer yours. I'm the only male who's gonna have sex with these women. And that's the same thing Nature Boy does. It's no Jim Jones did that too. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's no Warren Jeffs, right? Before Warren Jeffs went on the run, right? He got these. He kicked the young teenage boys out that are coming of age, that are going to be attracted to the young teenage girl. They have to go, and then he started shutting everything down. The husbands, he booted them out, and then farmed out the women and children to other husbands. It's same
Yeah,
story, different day. That's
yeah.
all.
People just
And
think of the
that
cool, but people don't understand. People just think of the physical. No, they are the Kool-Aid. Some of these cult leaders, they are the Kool-Aid. And he knew he was a walking STD.
hmm
That's why and he figured anybody that come into my life asks for it.
right.
Because
Well,
you
hmm
knew what you was getting yourself into. It's not my fault you ain't do your research. But he is still noted online by saying that he don't have nothing.
of course he
So
doesn't have anything.
that is proof. If anybody have anything, that
hmm
is proof to say he said he didn't have nothing. So no, I did not willingly do anything with him. He didn't acknowledge that to me. So that is still means to lock you up.
hmm
That is attempt murder.
I don't even think it's going to be the sexual stuff. I think it's going to be the financial crimes that he's committing that's going to get him. It's going to be the money. It's
I
it's
tell
the what. hmm
I tell people if the FBI can't get you and all the three-letter boys can't get you, they call their big brother. They big brother
IRS.
IRS. If nobody else cannot get you,
hmm
they call big brother. And that's how a lot of people been taken down.
Right.
Because I look at all these gangsters. They couldn't get these gangsters on
hmm
nothing.
hmm
Even wiretap, everything.
hmm
They said, hold up, we gotta call Big Brother. When they call him Mr. IRS,
hmm
that's why he don't have nothing in his name.
It doesn't matter. He's running a criminal organization. He's running a criminal organization. He's got wire fraud. He's got tax fraud. He's got,
No, no,
welfare fraud. He's got,
nothing. That's all of them. That's go. He think he Nino Brown for real. Nino, whatever his name is from living New Jack City for real. Like nah. At the end, look at the end how he turned on him, turned on all his boys. He there is nothing that puts him nowhere. And
no. He says it openly all the time. This is
he
my
could
business. He's the
really
head of. He's the CEO of the business. And so, yes, you have minions doing your dirt, but they're doing it on your behalf. And you have said you're the head of this criminal organization.
but how many times he'll tell you too, I don't handle money. He have said that on numerous occasions.
It,
I don't
it,
money. This person hand so he makes sure he says that publicly too. So he gives and so he could always pull that up. Listen, I've never handled the money. Joy handled the money. This one had handled the money. All I know is they come here and they put the money in the pot and they give. I'm talking about if you going under court, there's nothing with his name on nothing.
I don't. I think
And
that there are some very astute attorneys that work for the IRS who
IRS,
could find something to get him on.
I know
I
Big Brother's gonna Big Brother gonna handle that.
Right. So he can say that all he wants. Like it's not, that whatever. I mean, Charles Manson didn't kill nobody, but he still went to prison.
Exactly. And but he got all his minions to do it.
Exactly.
He got
Right.
all his minions to do it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then I don't understand how they didn't get him on Mama Dia when Mama Dia specifically said, I'm on a be sick diet. And they told I stop taking my medicines. Now, it's been noted that he told these people I can hear. I mean, that's why I said it ain't if, it's gonna be when.
Right.
But he's going to take himself down.
Well,
He's going.
fortunately, it's all been chronicled in the Akasha records, like he says. It's all on CD, VD, microchipped or whatever. It's all been it's all been recorded. So they'll have what they need whenever this happens. And I mean, it's unfortunate to say that it might take like another 10 years or whatever. I hope it doesn't take that long.
He'll be 50 by then.
Right.
He'll be. He claimed he's been 38 for 5 years. So either he's really 38, but claiming that he was 38 5 years ago. Who knows? But anyway, by that time, the ones that's 20 will
Hmm.
be in their 30s and in mid 30s or 40s. He's dying that the dynamics changed then.
Right.
Unless it's still that small group of people. Now, if the
Hmm.
group of people bigger and they
Right.
get higher positions, then they will
Hmm.
stay. But if the group
Right.
stays small and they don't have nowhere to grow, they're gonna grow themselves out of there.
Right.
Now, but the way he's going, he doesn't want to own anything. So he doesn't have like a real building or real place where he can have a large amount of people there. So where the people he got now, they really can't really ride. Where you going?
Hmm.
Captain of two people under you? Like really? You could bully
Right.
two people under you is nothing. But if it's for the grow, it'll be
Hmm.
different.
I
Then it
think
will
he's too controlling. He's too much of a control freak to have a large organization.
right.
Hmm.
And then he knows that that's going to get him caught even quicker because then
Hmm.
he's going to have to. Now, my question is, how do you feel about his new? I want to. This was apparently was supposed to be about, but
Hmm.
I I couldn't find the video that I was looking for. But I can find anyone. How do you feel about this Bigo world? These Bigo people. That's they. I mean, they really capping for this man. They really going all out for him. I'm like,
I
and then
think it. I think it was kind of like when he was on, when he came to YouTube and not many people knew about him, and then it took a while before people, you know, finally got, plugged into him and started figuring out what was going on. So yeah, he's hot right now on Bigo because nobody really knows, and I think it's gonna take like people from YouTube. I think you mentioned about getting a Bigo account. It's gonna take people infiltrating Bigo and countering what he's doing,
yeah,
and putting the word out there and being consistent with it, for the
yeah.
information to get around.
And they was like, I'm like, no, I don't have the time. I don't have the time for that. But I think World is doing Bigo now, so World doing his thing over there. I'm glad World made it over there. You know World News, right?
Yeah, in the world, yeah. But
Um,
it's gonna take it's like just like here on YouTube and all the people that cover him, that do counter carbonation, messaging. It's gonna take that same force of people to go over there to Bigo and to spread the word so that people, can come across information. And I mean, I've heard people say on Bigo, yeah, I was kind of getting into it, but then everybody was flooding me with this, that, and the third. And then I went over to YouTube and checked it out. It was like, oh no, I can't support this. So,
mhm. But even the shenanigans that he does over there, I'm like, how do you support that? His
some people,
realness moments and calling them all types of bees and I mean even for the little bit that you see,
hmm
I'm like I'm like that's not enough for you.
but that's again, he's very charismatic, right? I mean, all the little things that make a cult leader. He's charismatic. He's good with words. He's good
Social
with
path.
messaging. He's
Who's
he's
the
he's good with all that stuff. So he can easily
mm-hmm.
he lures you in. And so, like I said, he attracts a lot of young. I mean, some of these old heads on there. I'm like,
Oh
come
my
on, y'all.
God, they disgust me. They yeah, baby. And you keep on you babe. I be wanting to just say, Grandma, if you don't sit your ass down.
I know. I'm like, who gave Auntie the Bigo app? Who put that on her phone? Because they need to take that away.
Exactly.
So, but I mean, fortunately, there aren't like a lot of. Oh, I mean, there, but it's mostly young people. It's mostly young people who are fed up with living in the States. They don't see the advantage of furthering their education, either through college or just education and starting a business, or learning to be independent in your own business or whatever. They don't see the importance of that, and they rather, they see the picture, they see the postcard picture. He's in the tropics, and for a lot of young men, he's got all the women, right? I'm going there, I'm gonna get a woman too, right? you know um
Come to find out, you ain't getting no
you
women.
ain't getting shit. You can't even smell pussy.
Only part of the thing I didn't like is when no two things of when Lawyer was talking. I never really paid Lawyer any mind anyway. So I guess today he felt, they put
That
him
was
in the hot.
that was Solar. That was Solar. That's
Well,
Solar and True.
their names better than me. You
Okay.
know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
I
got you.
old school. I change everybody's name, but when I
I
call you,
got
you
you.
about. So two things when he was like when he's talking about the baby, he was like, "Well, I'm not gonna cry." He like, "It's gone, it's gone." He made it seem that baby seem like an object. And then the second thing when he was like, "As long I don't only care about me and Chief." So that's why I say he doesn't belong there because he's been there 2.5 years with these guys. For you to
Mhm.
still say that, and I'm quite sure Nature Boy picked that up. He's gonna
Mhm.
try to talk out of it, but I think that he's gonna probably go through a humiliation
Mhm.
after this. He's gonna
Mhm.
get humiliated because from what you're saying to me,
Mhm.
is you saying I'll never trust y'all.
Mhm.
I really don't give a F about none of you guys. I don't even like you that much to tell you nothing about me. So that's what technically what he was saying.
Right.
I mean, that's what I heard. I don't know
Right.
what they heard, but that's what I heard. Like F y'all niggas, F my ninjas. I'm only here for Chief. He said,
Right.
baby. He said women can come, babies can die. I'm like, yo,
Mm.
you didn't hear that part?
Mm-mm.
You must have got
Mm-mm.
here, girl. You got to get here when I get started.
I think I came in a little bit late.
Hopefully you subscribed.
Mm.
Make sure
I'm
you subscribe.
subscribed. I'm subscribed to you. I found your backup channel. I'm subscribed.
Oh, you came from my other channel.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, thank you. Thank you,
Mhm.
thank you. Yeah, but honey, when he said women can come, babies can die, I don't care. They could die. I'm like, whoa.
But that's what
Like,
Nature Boy says. That's what Nature Boy says, right?
yeah,
They,
but
they're
but not for him and Velvet and his. But we forget he's special. He's special. He's special.
I mean, but the last rant he had about Velvet and that baby, he was like, I had to. That was my debilitation. That was my demon. I had to go through that to keep me true to the message and to the light. That was so
Yeah,
yeah. So it's like fuck her, fuck that baby.
but then he was still like, she could come back if she apologized.
Right.
I'm like, he went through all of that
Hmm.
to say, well, she could have if she apologized
Well,
publicly.
he's got to leave that. He's got to put that out there in the event she show up on camera, right? He's got to say that.
But he got her quiet though. He got her quiet. He got her
Hmm.
quiet for it. He does. I don't know what messages that he sent through them telewaves,
Right.
through, through them waves, the magnetic waves, or whatever you want to call it.
Well,
But he
I
got
don't.
that.
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't. I don't. I mean, I hope that somebody, come to their senses and decide to go knock on the door to the feds or whatever and say, "Let me tell you my story." I
But
don't.
my thing is, what I was asking you,
Mhm.
what disgusts me is the people who leave.
Mhm.
So if you're going to leave, then stay gone. Why tell us your stories and don't tell the police? That's all I'm saying. We if you feel that way, you was treated that way, and all of
Mhm.
this happened, I don't care to hear your story unless you told the police. That's like
Right.
Velvet. I don't care to hear how
Right.
much we already know how much he beat you up. But if you're not willing to go to the authorities,
Right.
then what you're saying is I don't care about the same way that girl said Maisha, his second baby mother. She
Mhm.
said, I feel bad. All of this is happening because of me. She said, if I would have stuck to my guns, putting it in
Mhm.
my own words, if I would have stuck to my guns, he would have had done 20 years in jail.
But that's a part of that abusive cycle that people go do. That's, they whatever, no help, no treatment, no nothing,
He
and
stayed in
you're
the
in that abusive cycle, and you do stuff you shouldn't be doing. I'm sure she does feel
yeah,
bad.
but because of Maisha, look at
Mhm.
look down the line. Look at Malaya. Malaya is there fighting for her life.
Mhm. Mhm.
They knew that girl was sick for a while. The
Well,
only
now. Mhm.
Mhm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You said now what?
Oh, I mean, Malia, if she survived this and she chooses not go down to the feds and tell them what happened, well, she's just making way for another girl to be abused and
And that's
victimized.
what I'm saying. So I don't
Hmm.
feel sorry for them
Right.
coming out telling us what happened when you're not trying to save anybody else. Like Zoko went there and she went there 19 years old. That
Hmm.
girl look older than me now.
Right. It's the like deprogramming, you know, getting rid of that stuff out of your mind. It takes time.
So
It takes time, and it first there has to be a willingness to admit what you went through, and it takes time for people to come to the point where they say, you know what, that was fucked up, and I
right, but
need to do
don't
something about it.
right, but it's okay to ask for our donations though, right?
That's the way of the world. Everybody's got a GoFundMe.
Yeah, well, so you're gonna take the trauma that he done to you instead of
Hmm.
putting a stop to it. You rather milk it the same way Sybil did it. She went there with an agenda. She got her book and left. She got enough just to write her. People can say what they want to say about the book.
Right.
She could always rewrite it and fix it. She probably only sold 5 copies, and that was probably the people in her family anyway.
It
But
it if I had my way, if I had my way, I would like form like a group, like a I don't know, or organization that would, once they leave, or people in that organization would like go to that person or go to their family and try to talk to the family, um, set up something so that you can kind of corral this person into getting help and get, so their lives can get back on track, because families gonna love their child. They're gonna, they want them back or whatever, whatever. And sometimes
some
family.
we don't hear from, like we haven't heard like from Yaya anymore. We haven't heard from Pocahontas. We haven't heard from a lot of them anymore. Maybe some of them did get it, did get hurt, damage. But the ones who've been there and they peaked the game,
Mhm.
them the ones who is running the same game. The
Right.
earlier ones who went
Mhm.
there. Remember,
Mhm.
Nature Boy got the money just so he can get people there. He flew them in.
Right.
So he put on this facade like he was the teacher, and then they
Mhm.
was they're gonna be having land and doing all this other crap. So
Right.
they didn't. He didn't. He had his mask on. They didn't
Mhm.
peep the game.
Mhm.
He just started when the mask fell off. They left. Now
Right.
the ones that came after, like the first or second group, like maybe the third group and more, they were like, "Oh, this is about that money. Oh, well, let
Mhm.
me learn this a little bit more."
Mhm.
So
Oh.
that's the difference between the earlier group and what's going on now. But my thing is, they could do whatever. You have no sympathy. I still feel bad for Malaya because she's only 22 years old, but that's as far as I go.
Right. Right. I mean, the older, the first generation of melanation, let's just call it, those are older people. They
And
weren't 20. They weren't young people. Majority of them were grown ass men, and they
yeah,
got over there and they saw what he was doing. They're like, yeah, no, I'm out. I'm not doing this. Um, and then you did have some later that came on. They were like, okay, I'm just going to what's his name? Shaka Sadi. It's like, I want to start this shit ran, so I can do this. Right? They went over there to learn how the organization is ran, so they can do their own thing. And then you got this third generation, none but barely legal adult, don't know up from down, and they're in the clutches of this crazy, sadistic, uh, depraved person, and he
but
just got them.
I don't feel sorry for them. I just can't get over the panel and the support that he gets and the money that he gets. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me. I'm not funding nobody's lifestyle. How they do it, I don't know. I
But
mean, you
but
have.
think about it. That's no different than like you got the little church on the corner, right? And the
Mhm.
pastor's driving the Cadillac while all the parishioners are on EBT.
I'm not funding their lifestyle.
That's what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
funding.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I'm not funding their lifestyle. But you're 100% correct. I I got I had to stop doing that. I'm like, no, no, no.
Right. Right. It's the same thing. And
My
he does. I think he is like an ordained pastor. I think somebody said that. He's an
ordained
ordained,
pastor.
huh?
He's not an ordained pastor. He's God.
Well, for the sake of his 501c3, he's an ordained pastor.
I don't know if
So
he got C13. I don't think he ever got that because you don't get the even if
now,
he had the that's going. He
Shaka
didn't.
said that he has a nonprofit. That was the
No,
whole point.
I don't think he had a nonprofit.
Yeah,
And then
I kind of think he does because that's why he's walking around talking about he has a
he was
business.
he was supposed to get it, but I don't think he got it. That's if you heard. I don't know if you heard him. He's saying, "Yeah, that's why you got that EIN number." So he basically saying he ain't got no nonprofit because he ain't got no EIN number.
Well, EIN numbers was for his barbershop.
No, he was talking about no. That's it's still a business. Except for one is for
Okay,
profit, not one
okay,
is not for not profit. But you
okay.
still got to have that number, that
Oh yeah,
tax
number.
ID,
Okay. Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So that's what basically he was like, nah. So, but my thing is, they were supposed to get it so
Mhm.
they could be, but he only wanted it so they could be um
But
clarified
how
as
how how
business.
were they getting those small business loans if there was no business?
I don't know how Malaya got it and whoever got it, but you got to
Right.
remember, True was in the army.
Mhm.
Um, Tori was in the army.
And she wasn't the only person that got it small
I
business
know.
loan.
No, I'm telling you, I don't know how she got it, but I was just saying that they probably had a better way to get loans and stuff because they was in one of the forces. I'm not gonna say army, but they was in one of the armed forces. But
Mhm.
Malaya, how did she get it? I don't know. I don't
She
know.
probably had a bit. uh, you finagle the paperwork. It's if you got somebody who can do that kind of stuff, and Shaka was there for that. They did what they did, and they got the money.
See, I don't know. I'm cut from. We know not the best for nobody from my generation or a little
Right,
bit low. I'm not gonna
right.
say my generation. I've always been. No. I'm not gonna say my generation. I'm gonna say my way of thinking because I ain't never
Hmm.
been nobody like that. There's other
But
people
but
got
but
my same.
you ain't been in no cult,
I've seen them, and people try to put me in them. I know how I'm built.
right?
I
But they're
know how.
cult members, and their whole purpose in life is to sustain the cult.
Yeah, honey, I seen plenty of them, and a lot of them was on them corners you was talking about too, right in your neighborhood.
Right.
I seen them all, and I'm like, you won't get me. No, you would not. I would not.
Right.
I don't take orders and stuff like that. I'm not bound down. I believe in that Bible too much.
Hmm.
I've always read the Bible on my own. I was never the type of person that listened to a sermon. I had to read for myself. And what from what I read, you know,
It's like somebody who's like a hypnotist can't hypnotize you if you don't want to be hypnotized, right? You have to allow yourself for that person to do that. So them going there and giving themselves, like Earth said, your womb belongs to him, your mind belongs to him, and they turn all that stuff over to him. So then, um, so then they whatever he says goes, because they're like, okay, you're my master. I have no, I cannot think, I will not think for myself
mhm.
or have my own feelings, because you tell me how to feel and you tell me what to think, and I do what you tell me to do.
But one
So
thing's for certain, two things for sure. Let me tell you something, and you got to be old enough. You got to
mhm,
be a certain age, and even way older than me. I don't care how programmed you are. A lot of that stuff you do, unless you're a sociopath or a narcissist, they are excluded. They will never know what they did wrong. But
mhm,
even if you've been now, they are excluded. But
mhm,
any regular person, honey, them things will come back and haunt you. All them nasty things you said to your family members once. Let's just say something happened to Musa, mother, and that I seen her on live crying out to that boy. I don't know if you ever seen that video, but she was crying out to Musa,
mhm,
and I'm like, God forbid something happened to that lady or any of them good people that in their life, and you
mhm.
sitting over there with Nature Boy, when you start hitting your late 40s and your 50s or your 60s, and you trying to figure out why am I alone and why am I drinking so much, that stuff come back and haunt you. They
Yeah, but
don't
they might still be in the cult. You got to
even
understand, they might
if,
still be
if,
in the cult under that kind of mind control, and so you don't
if
think about those things.
you're a regular person, it's gonna
If you're
come
a
back and
regular person, but they're not
even if
regular people.
no. Long as you're not a sociopath, as
Hmm.
long as you're not a narcissist or a sociopath or a psychopath or
Hmm.
have any of them real mental disorders, I don't care if you're still in the cult. The
Right.
universe got to make you want. The universe got to bring you to your knees. Universe brings everybody to their knees, and you're gonna start singing. Oh wow, I wasn't there for this person. Now this
Yeah.
person, or damn, that I used to hang out with that friend. Now that friend gone. Oh wow, that used to be my favorite cousin. Now, all this time I wasted. I wish I could have just said this last whatever to them. You can't escape that. You can't even if you're in a cult, you're gonna have them thoughts is still gonna be in your head. Let you find out like your best friend you had in five or
That.
6 years,
Yeah.
so then
Hmm.
you can't escape that. Even though you could be like, sir, yes, sir. But when you close your eyes and
Right.
before you go to sleep,
Hmm.
that's gonna hit you. You're gonna have nothing
Yeah.
but guilt, guilt, and guilt. That's what these young folks that's there don't understand. They're not old enough yet. They haven't taken that many
Right.
laws. They're talking about trauma. You ain't hit real trauma yet. You had
Right.
some people that lost their mother, their father, this, that, and they turn around, half of their family is gone. They haven't went through none of that yet. They
Right.
haven't went through losing their best friend. They probably lost a couple of friends here and there, but not like older people. I mean, people I've been friends with this person 30 years, 40 years. They only not even 30. They don't even know what them feelings are yet. But when it comes to them as they get older, you can't escape that. Like damn, especially if that person try to reach out to them,
Hmm.
And then because you under this mind control and you didn't hit them back, and then you come to find out that was their last text or his
Right.
last text, he wanted to speak to you one last time. Yeah, you they could tell you no feelings and no this, no that. No, no, you 40 and 50 years old. That's gonna hunt you like a mole.
But I think that that's part of the process of why he limits contact with their families so that they don't have so that doesn't come up.
No, you got people when they if something is wrong with them, they get desperate, they'll find you.
Hmm.
They'll try to send you SOS. And this is modern technology. Even if they just do that last video, it
Hmm.
will get to you. If they know what we doing, if they know
Hmm.
what we if they can sit up there and talk about when they get mad, they can say, "Oh, well, you're gonna go on the T, or you're gonna go on World, or you're gonna go on this." So if they know what we doing, they'll get that message for
They
if somebody.
watching. They watching. They're not living in a hermetically sealed box, is what you're
So
saying.
you didn't get told to cut them off
Yeah.
the same
I,
way when uh I must call her Tanisha for now, but Malaya when Tanisha
mhm,
and them cut was on last week,
mhm.
she saw it,
Right. Right.
and now
I don't know.
guess what? She's in that
Mm,
hospital all alone because she can't get no visitors. She all by
mm.
herself. No Baba Budgie, no Budgie, no Baba G, no Papi, no Papa G. Just her and the machines that's going off.
Well,
I,
I mean, I'm a nurse, and if I knew anything, if she was my patient, and I knew about her, and I walk in the room and she's on the phone talking with them, I'd be like, "Girl, what you doing? You know you cannot, unless you're talking to your people, your family, you cannot be accessing the internet talking to this man. That's that's crazy. I don't know how that could happen.
and
You
then they
know?
kids, the point of them leaving their kids. You don't know
Yeah.
if them kids will come to find you when they get older. You might not like what you see. I mean, you never know. You got a lot of kids that when they
Yeah.
get a certain age, they're coming to find you. They want some answers.
And then it's all recorded. It's all on video, so they don't have to. They just go straight to YouTube and kids.
No, they coming for you. Kid, I don't
But
know what it is, but anytime you watch like any type of show or something like that, you will see that kid. They go looking for their parent. Like, no, you gonna see me. You gonna
yeah,
see me. I don't know why, but it's always been like they always want that absentee parent.
because you want to know, you want to look at the person who looks like you, and they're looking. You want to see your face in your parents' face.
Hmm. Now
Hmm.
imagine all of these are mothers. These ain't even deadbeat dads. These are deadbeat
Right,
mom. So you
right.
know them kids come looking for you, or they start doing some disrespectful videos to you. They got
Hmm.
ways of getting F my mom, and they tell my shit. They can make when they get a certain age, they can start making some videos too. You might not like what see. They don't know how the life change events. Now
Right.
that you 30 and 40 years old, your child
They'll
is
come
now
looking for you.
18, 19, 20. So
Hmm.
now they can start doing videos about you.
Hmm.
And they gonna like, oh, your mom, my mom's was the same way you talk about your mother. They got a
Hmm.
story about you too.
Yeah.
But it's don't think that child gonna stay 2 and 3 years old. They gonna see this. They got the same way you talking about your mother and your father, and imagine the stories they got to say about you. They look how they see you all the time. Just but
Hmm.
you kiss feet. They got you,
But
man.
I think about them, and I'm like, how? Like, I mean, I was young, and I lived, well, yeah, I was kind of like a person who stayed to myself, and a little bit smart and the band geek and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't do like a whole lot of dating growing up or when I was in high school, and when I got to college, stayed with one dude the entire time that I was in college. So my experience with men in particular was limited, and I was like, I mean, I had people come into my life that I was just like, I was clueless. But then I got hit, and I removed myself from that situation. And fortunately, I didn't bump into a nature boy who had my ass outside the country doing crazy shit to me, right? So I think about that, and I think about like how messed up you have to be to get to a place where you've had
No,
a whole baby, and this man you've been talked into leaving your child. You have agreed to leave your child and go
well,
be with somebody.
it depends on a narcissistic person that you're dealing with. So
That's true.
sometimes you have to remember some of them go for the gullible, some of them go for the strong.
Hmm.
Some of them job is to, okay, let's say you're the president of the company. My
Right.
job is to my job is to bring you down. And then
Hmm.
some for the gullible. So they don't just pick gullible people. Their challenge is a good, full mind and body and soul person. The
Hmm.
person that's happy, who's about their life, who take care of their business. So
Hmm.
narcissistic people come and they just throw them right up. Why you think you hear a lot of women say, "I lost everything dealing with this man"?
You're right. It's not just a gullible because I have seen like documentaries where people are like full blown professionals, accomplished,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you know, self aware, and then they come and they this narcissist, and they just get eaten up like one bite at a time.
Well, they
And
come in first by mirroring you. That's how they could deal with anybody. So
right.
if I'm mirroring what you're showing me, of
Hmm.
course I can play you because
Hmm.
I'm only telling you,
Right.
"Hey, love flowers, how you doing?" So you got to remember that
That's true.
if I'm mirroring your behavior, so
Hmm.
I'm going to make myself seem professional too.
Right.
So you're remember I'm coming with you with a mask on. So
Right.
there's nobody safe from a narcissistic person. This is why I do this shadow because
Right.
I need for you guys to pick up on the red flags so you know how to run before you get in it. Like you
Right.
need to know right before, like don't give up the VJ
Right.
so fast. Sit
Right.
back and learn how to ask key questions or observe what they do. Observe what they do. Like why you want to, like, if you everything is like a interrogation, but a
Hmm.
nice, but a beautiful, it's a beautiful interrogation that you don't even know you're being interrogated. That's a red flag.
That just made me reminded me of something. Right. I got involved with somebody. Um, I was divorced, and well, I was going through divorce. So I met this guy, right? And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going through divorce." So I'm like, "Okay, you separated. Okay, cool, cool, cool." Because I'm not trying to be with somebody else's man. I had a whole husband. I don't need nobody else's husband. It's like, no,
Mm,
no, no. I'm gonna tell you this. When you just when you said that, that made me think of that situation, right? Because I would always say to him, I'm like, you ask a lot of questions, but you don't give up a lot of information,
uh-huh.
right? And I wasn't aware of narcissistic people. And I will tell you this, 3 years later, after thinking I'm dating a guy, I mean, I'm telling you, when my case came, when my divorce case went to court, and I called this dude, he's like, "Okay, I'll be there." No, I
Uh,
can't come because of this, this, and the third. I was like, "Okay." So and then like throughout my divorce process, everything I would say that I was doing, I was like, "Yeah, we got to go see the psychologist and talk about this and stuff with the kids." He's like, "Yeah, I'm going through the same thing with her." I was
yep.
like, "Okay." And so I'm just gonna so let me tell you, right? And I traveled as a nurse. So I'm going here and there, and I called him, and he was like, I broke up with him, and then we got back together, whatever. So I was like, "Okay, you want to move to Florida?" Okay, blah 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 blah. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I was just in Florida. My company sent me there to do this, that, and the third." I was like, "Okay, cool." So time goes on. the final thing, we're getting ready to bring all this together. And I'm supposed to fly from DC to Ohio and spend
Uh-huh.
time with my children for Thanksgiving. But I was like, I carved out a couple of days before I went to Thanksgiving with my children. I fly to the airport. This man does not pick me up at the airport. And I'm like, that's not like him. So anyway, I'm stranded at the airport. My daughter comes to pick me up. And something kept nagging me. I'm like, something's not right. So I called his company and I was like, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, you say your
Who?
friend, his company. I called his company, the company that he worked for. I said, because I'm really concerned and he was supposed to pick me up and he never did. And so his manager was like, you say your friend to who? I was like, yeah, he's my friend. And he's like, well, wouldn't his wife Toya know about you? And I'm like, what? Wife? I was like, no, she wouldn't know anything about me. Come to find out, this guy, he had, he almost died. He was in this apartment. He had some kind of massive infection, and he was out of his mind in his apartment. And I called his company. I said, you have got to send somebody there to check on him. And when they got to
Mm,
the hospital, they got him there. They got there. They went in the house, and he was like basically dead. Long story
mm.
short, we go through all this, and I just said, I was so mad. I was so mad. I said because anyway, that doesn't matter. But when you said about mirroring, yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what they do. That's
This
exactly
is
what
what
they do.
this does. I'm so glad you told the story because that's the purpose of my page. Your
Yeah,
story like this is the purpose of my page, and only reason why I use Nature Boy because he's textbook. Nature
and and,
Boy is book.
and
So
that
he
guy that I was with, he was charming. He was good with words. He was handsome. He was all that, and it was just like he was big, just a big fat liar. And I was sad because I was like, you took away my choice. I could have chosen to be with you, even though that situation, or I could have chosen to move on or to not be with you. I said, but that was shitty what you did to take away my choice. And I was like, it was a process for me to let that go, but I was just like, man, that
and
was
then he probably had well
other
basically
people.
his wife wasn't giving him significant narcissistic supply. So he had to go out there and find some more supply to keep feeding
Well,
his. See,
I did. I ended up speaking with his wife, and she was like,
mm,
"He's done this before." And
I
she apologized to me. She was like, "I'm so sorry he did that to you. That's as his wife, I want to apologize for what he's done." I was like, "Oh my God,
like,
really?"
girl, you still with? Like, how we gonna get me? How we gonna get this ninja? How?
Right,
No, I'm sorry, nothing. You on? Either you with me or you going down with him. In my younger days, boy, I was not the one to play with. That's why I don't bother nobody. My younger days, I was not one to play. I've always had a certain way about myself. I've always knew what my boundaries was. And the minute you cross it, see,
right,
I'm the that the men know when they make these videos about why women stay single and all, they probably talking about me. I don't care.
right,
I'm
right,
I'm I'm gonna stay all of that. No, I'm not bending for nobody, but I'm very empathic, so I always can smell a liar anyway.
right.
I'm a catch, and while you're testing me,
Hmm.
I'm testing you.
Yeah,
Cause see, now that you don't want to give me no information about you, I'm gonna make up my own information about you. So
I was, I was overwhelmed. I said, people
yeah,
really do this. So when I see Nature Boy, that's
oh,
what I see.
I had a couple of them that tried to narcissist. I had a couple of me, and I'm telling you, honey, the whirlwind that you go through. But like I said, I've always been a person with boundaries, and I don't let nobody cross that for nothing. And that's
Right.
just something I just put in me, And I
Yeah.
always nice. I always start off nice. But at this point, you don't know that they're narcissistic people, but because of the way I am. If you don't start telling me stuff, I'm gonna start making up shit. I'm like, huh? So you don't want to wife? I'm gonna start. Oh, you got a wife and kids, huh? And then probably, and then I said, you acting like that? You got a wife and kid on the side? I would just say, and it's crazy. It'd be really so true what I add, and I don't know how I'm able to do that, but I
Right.
always look at your reaction when I start making up stuff, being that you don't want to tell me. I look at your expressions as I'm
Right.
saying. Oh, you stupid, you stupid. You always saying stuff out your mouth. Now I'm looking at your face, homie. I see you kind of funny when okay, I got you. You got a wife and kids, huh? So now I got to go into detective mode, right? I've always had a way. So I'm like, no, I believe I believe effing should go both ways. I don't think it should be a one way F. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Well, he had it pretty good because I only worked on the weekends, right? So I couldn't demand like any time with him on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? So there was like no going out on the weekends, this, that, and the third, because I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So he can do his dirt during the week with his wife, think he's at work, and he's not. And I didn't think anything of it because I worked
Oh
on the
no,
weekends.
the one I had like that wasn't a narcissistic person, but I had one like that too. He wasn't narcissistic, but I had a serial cheater too, you know. Even till today, he trying to still be my friend. No, we can't be friends. My cutoff get, cause see, I always tell people what my mother always say what you mean what you say. So
Right.
certain things I'm going to tell you up front. Now it's up to you to take what I say. What you do with it is what you do with it. Like if I say I do, you get I'm one and done. I do not do cheating at all.
Right.
There is no coming back. Now it's up to you to try me. But what I mean, I say what I mean. I say what I mean. But these are things that's why I work with the youth.
Right.
A
Right.
lot of these was not put in their heads.
Right.
We learn to just love. No, I'm sorry. Love come
Yeah.
with it. Come with
Yeah.
rules. Come with regulation. Because I'm gonna
Well.
follow rules and regulations according to how you are. You're gonna follow the rules and regulations according to how I am. All that love, no, it come with condition. Ain't no unconditional nothing. Cause what
Right.
you trying to put me through? See, when you say key words like that, that's another red flag. I'm not your
Mhm.
mama. Your mama
Mhm.
love you conditionally, and technically, she love you with conditions too.
Conditions. Right. Right.
Because
Right.
certain things, if you got a beating, if you ever got a beating or you ever got told no, that's because it was a
Based on
condition.
conditions. Yep. Well, I mean, like bring it back to to Nature Boy and his crew. Um, Malia is really messed up. I mean, she's got
Now
pericarditis and she's got these liver abscesses and she's malnourished and the brain is her.
she's been
si-
that's all
She's
them
messed up.
STDs, all them STDs and getting physically beat. But me,
Yeah.
I'll be the one from hell. I showed a video this morning. You can go check out the video I had this morning when they was talking about when they was talking about I'm I'm not the you're not the parent. I'm the parent. I'm your height. Lord have mercy. God, I got my daughter grown, and then my
Hmm.
son almost grown, but he ain't there yet. But he almost there. I could not imagine my child saying that to me or me saying that to my mother. I I am your highest self. Lord have mercy. I the black nature boy. I think you better be at the gate because I'm coming to Puerto Rico. I'm wherever you at. I would be
Well,
like, I would have been just what? Let my child say something like that. Oh, I'm your highest self. Disrespect. Like if you want to join a cult, I can't stop you. But now you want to put me out there? Oh no,
well,
no, no.
again, that's a way to
Be the mother of
detach
hell.
them from like that.
They
That makes their parents and their family
be detached.
insignificant.
They could be detached all they want, but I'm not detached. They're detached. You're still attached to me, and you should not have. You should have kept my name out of your mouth.
Right.
I still raised you. And you should know better. And you should have known. My mom, I can see my daughter there right now. And it's boy, like, no, I'm not saying nothing about that
But my
woman. No,
mom,
no, no. Nature boy, I'm trying to tell you,
right,
she's gonna be on the next plane.
right.
We better leave her there. Let me, I will do everything that you say, but I'm not saying nothing about that
See,
woman.
then you're not. Then he would kick you out because that's his ultimate test of your loyalty. When you
Because I
can
know
denounce the people who brought you into this world and make him your higher self, then he's got you. And if you're not willing to do that, then you're not willing to be under his complete control.
then I'm coming. And nature boy is not gonna like it. And I ain't got nothing to say to him. I'm going straight to what's mine. My child may be detached from me, but I'm not detached from my
Right,
child.
right.
So I'm coming. And you should have left my name out of your mouth. Now,
Yeah,
how you want it? I'll make sure before I get down there, I'll meet some friends down there first. I'm not coming straight there. See,
right,
you gotta do this and do this right.
right.
You gotta meet some friends first.
Yeah,
We
I
gonna
don't.
explain.
All I can
I
say, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be one of mine. That's all I
I'll
can say.
show nature boy. We're gonna play this game, but that's mine. Now, my child. I couldn't see my child. I couldn't see my child kissing nobody. I could a lot of things I couldn't see my child do. Now, my child is grown. She live on her own. I don't know. I stay out of her business. I
Right.
don't see it. But my
Yeah.
daughter makes sure I don't see none of her business because she knows me.
I'm gonna have
She might,
something to say.
honey, I don't care what town he in. I done went in that town and made friends with everybody in the town. And
Yeah.
now I bring some American money. I'm like, yo, what you call the federales? Where the federales at? Where the police? How we friends? We are friends. How you doing? Hey, could after I become their friend, can you help me go get my child, please? Bring the boy, or you go down there with the where the ghetto guys at? You know, like where
Right.
the ghetto, like, where the what you call them people who do all the selling? Like where the cartel? Where the cartel at?
Cartel. Yeah.
Where the cartel? How you doing, cartel man? How you doing?
Then on one of his, maybe when the Kayla girl was the attention was brought to her. I think in one of his videos he was like, "Yeah, we already had one person. They came and just snatched her out of the camp."
You got you damn skip. And I tell you that nature boy to be like, well, you know what? Some of y'all don't have. After I get finished with nature boy, like some of y'all ain't got to talk about your mama, okay?
Hmm.
Some of that's why he picked them Southern girls. He ain't picking no New York girl. He ain't picking no girls who family is from like the PJs and stuff like that. He ain't picking them type of girls because their mamas is crazy. Hey mama, he ain't picking nobody with no crazy mama.
Yeah,
He ain't now,
as a mother who had to intervene with her
now
with my adult daughter who was going through some things, and I just told her, I'm like, you right now you're not in your right mind, and if you can't make the decision to do what is in your best interest, then I will, and I will do everything I can legally
hmm,
or whatever I gotta do to get you
hmm,
up out of here. And
you
and she said, "You're gonna do that, Mom?" I'm like, "Yep." And she made the right decision to get herself up out of that situation before I stepped in.
That's right. Cause once I step in, I don't love him. You do. So it's war. It's
Yeah,
war. And you notice that a lot of these kids, a lot of them that nature boy have, they all speak
hmm,
upon trauma. They ain't not near one told one trauma story yet. I'm
right.
still waiting to see what only one person told a trauma story, and that was Star. She's the
Hmm,
only one that had a legit trauma story
hmm.
that she was being touched in
Oh yeah, she's 14. Yeah,
right. She's the only one that had a. I'm still waiting for everybody. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Your mother got kids. I'm sorry. You went through adolescence, and you're gonna go. We all went through that. And your point is, what if that's trauma? Then I guess every kid went through trauma because you're adolescent.
well, like Nature's Boy always said, he's like, I know they're not the toughest or whatever. They're from the suburbs, but they're smart. They're smart. And I'm like, Yeah. When
And nobody parents that's from the ghetto, because you ain't heard not anyone say, oh, my mama don't play, or my mama will curse you out, or my mama ain't no joke. And then next, her and her sister, or her and her brother, or her and her cousins, they crazy. I don't, but you ain't never heard none of them stories.
right.
You ain't
Right.
never heard near one of them stories.
Mhm.
And even when it comes down to Velvet and her mother, oh, well, they separated, they wasn't together. You ain't heard them say, you ain't heard her say, my mama crazy.
Right.
You ain't heard not near one of them. Like how we used to speak upon our parents when we was younger. Like, oh no, I ain't messing with mama. Mama don't play.
Now that's one thing I wish I could. I wish I could speak with these family members, to see, to get their perspective, how they feel about what's going on. Um, but I guess we'll never know because they.
Yeah, they don't got that crazy up in them. I'm trying to tell you, they don't have that crazy up in them. And
Mm,
then they would have had my poor son. They would have my poor, that's my baby. And they would mess with my little baby boy. I'm definitely coming. I don't care
mhm.
how, how mom is about to. Any one of mine, I'm coming. I'm coming. So whatever y'all better not do. Keep mines offline. I don't know how you treating her. I may not like it, but I don't see it. There's no way on God's earth I can see it. That
You,
couldn't happen.
I think I saw on your channel. Um, I can't remember. She was like a new channel holder, and it was like maybe like a 5 minute video where she showed pictures of like Malia, before she went to carbonation, and then where they had that group picture in front of the waterfall or something. She showed a picture of her, being at carbonation, and she did the same thing with like Aya. Like Aya had this really pretty,
Yeah, yeah,
pretty,
yeah.
yeah.
Tell her.
Those photos, and I'm just like, wow, they look like they've had the life sucked out of them.
That's why I said I would lose every bit of my mind. And
Um,
my heart go out to their family members, but a lot of stuff will slide until you put my name in your mouth. Then the minute you calling me your lower self, I
yeah,
like
but
the first
who has been online? I mean, maybe I haven't heard. The only person I've seen like denouncing her people is Velvet. I I
no Val, no, every last one
Every
did.
last one of them. Maybe I
Did
just missed it.
on the phone. Remember she spoke to her uncle? She did it with
Who
her uncle.
who did that?
Uh, uh,
Zoka?
uh yeah, Zoka did. Then now her uncle was on the phone and they had the uncle on the phone with him and a couple of Malia did it with her family on
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
phone and
Yeah.
did it with the videos and stuff like that. Oh no, honey, baby, I'm not
You're
mad
right.
because you
I forgot about all them. I forgot about
yeah,
that.
you can denounce me all you want. You still mine. Cause I'm the one changed that pamper. I'm the one missed hours of sleep while you was crying. Or I wish you would. I wish you
I
would.
tell my kids, I'm like, you wouldn't be you without me. So, you know,
And my daughter, she began tired of me. I don't care, but I'm your mother forever, right? And she going. And then on my little grandson, so he got this thing that he'll tell me. Then I call her. Then I'm like Jackie, you better not do that to him either. You know, because I do drive-bys and stuff, right? I do drive-bys. I'm like my mama. I don't never let you know when I'm coming because I'm listening to the doors and everything. I don't. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old. I'm very overprotective of my kids and the people that I love.
yeah.
I'm very overprotective. I've always been like that.
I don't know. It's just gotta be something to like to just have your child just walk out your life and just not be there. Not like
That
they're dead, they're alive and they're just
yeah, but that's because when they detached from you, you decided to detach from
to
them.
let it go.
That's why I said my daughter may have detached from me, but I did not detach from her. So
Right.
you have to still deal with me because you still mine. I don't care
Hmm.
what this girl say. You know, I mean, even I don't even to my last breath, I'm gonna continue. That'll just be my new mission in life. And you got some people, family members that really has been their mission in life
Right.
was to get
Right.
that family out of certain. They even got this TV show
Hmm.
when they show people getting out. What you call that? What you call them people that still ride the caddies and stuff like that? What you call them group of people? Oh my gosh. What's the name of them people?
What people? What they do?
They still wear like them old clothes and they still ride the horses and they make their own food and stuff like that. What do you
The
call them?
Amish? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yes.
Hmm.
Look, I'm watching the shows where people had to get their kids out of the Amish. But the problem with that is that a lot of them was born in it.
Right.
Thank you. So a lot of them end up going back because they don't know what TV is. They don't
Right.
know what conversation is. So
Hmm.
they got really scared when they came out in the real world because they not allowed to have like tech. They got to read their books or wherever that they leader print. That got to be in their mind at all times. At all
Well,
times.
that's what that's the same thing Crazy Dude over there tell those
Yeah,
people.
but the thing is, he doing it backwards because he got them online, so they won't be too bad, and they're not out of society like them real codes. He still got them
Mm,
society, so they're gonna come out. They know what a cell phone is. They constantly on their phone. They know what the internet is. They're using it. They know how to scam people because they learned to scam from me. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
he did a little bit ass backward. That's how you could tell he doesn't want to grow. He just want the people online to keep sending him that money. But hey, he's still working. But my job is not to stop him from working. My
Hmm.
job is to try to save people, even if it's not in a cult. My
Hmm.
job is about narcissism and the
Right.
sociopathic people.
Yeah,
So maybe some.
they pretty much run all businesses, and they're in government. They're politicians like Trump. I mean, he's something wrong with that man, but they are captains of industry, and
Yeah.
they everywhere.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to learn how to deal with them,
Hmm.
and this is another thing we have to teach on my. I used to have like before I started a show on my other channel.
Hmm.
Before got I got in trouble. I'm in trouble for 3 months over a Shanti song. Can you believe that? They took my privileges away. How, I mean, it wasn't even a copyright claim. I caught a strike. I'm like, I wasn't even playing the damn song.
Mm-mm-mm.
Shit. I wasn't even my song. It was just in
But
the
do you get
video.
so many strikes before they take
No,
your channel?
they gave me one strike, and then I went to go live. They like, bam, no, your privilege has been denied. I'm like, oh shit,
Mm-mm-mm.
over
Well,
Shanti. I'm like, I used to like her. I don't like her. So that's why I had to start this new page because I still want to keep the information flowing.
right, right. Yeah, you're doing a good thing by putting out the information and making people aware of sociopathic or narcissistic people, because they can really mess up a bunch of stuff, a bunch of people.
Yeah, but you have to know how to deal with them. You gotta learn how to, like, I used to have a doctor.
Mhm.
That's how I did up a show. I had a doctor segment where a
Mhm.
doctor, like Dr. Romney or somebody, like depending on what episode that I was going to play of theirs, I had like something like talking about like we'll do like I'll put on one of her videos about what gaslighting is, and I would say,
Mhm.
see, this is what she mean by gaslighting, and I
Mhm.
was like whatever I see what Nature Boy is doing because I'm so good at this. I can see it so good. So when he's love bombing, I would show a video about love bombing. When he's humiliating, I would show a video about humiliating. I would let a doctor speak first, then I would get into the video.
And that
Or
whole thing about him talking to those guys and telling them, "Don't nobody give a fuck about you. It's all about me." That was like a very humiliation segment
yeah,
that he did
they,
on
they
them.
they thought they was talking. They were like, I was like, oh shit,
You know,
oh shit.
having some brother bonding. He's like, "No, I'm gonna break this shit up. It's all about me, not
Uh-huh,
you."
uh-huh. We was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. There
And
you
you can
go.
you it's so like you when you talk about how like don't these people on Bigo see this? Like perfect example. The girl Malia talking about how she got, she 2 seconds away from dying, and somehow Nature Boy turns that stuff around and puts the focus on him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
But
this
do
is
you
crazy.
notice? I'm starting to think that he put some tissue or something in that jaw, in that swollen jaw of his. I think he manipulated it even more because that swelling don't go away overnight.
No, no, I had an abscess once, and I don't know what like I said, I'm a nurse. Anyway, I let the abscess go so long that it started to drain out my jaw. And see, like I said, I'm saying again, I'm a nurse. So I know what happens because it's like close to your carotid and that stuff can rupture and go into your brain. So I went to the
Mm-hmm.
hospital and the doctor was like, "Well, we're just gonna send you home on some antibiotics." And I was like, "No, the hell you not. This stuff, I'm about to be admitted into the hospital, and you're gonna give me a week's worth of IV antibiotics." And he was like, "Well, let me go consult with my consult." He can't like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and admit you. And I'm
Cause
like,
he,
damn right. So if
cause
his
he,
mouth was that big, I'm like, it doesn't go down in 2 doses of clindamycin.
and I'm like, he's supposed to have been a week. It hasn't
Right.
been a week that you took the antibiotic. That's why I'm thinking he put something in the drawer to manipulate it even more.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
had to be like
no.
a walls or something he had there. He
Mm-mm.
had something there. Cause now all of a sudden your face is perfect.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was only gone for 48 hours, and then he was back on the Beagle on the camera, and I'm like, what happened to the swollen jaw?
And then he got the bad cut and looking all good. I'm like, you healed that quick.
Mm. But
I'm
that
like,
it's really sad that his ego is that fragile that he is not comfortable with himself. He's not comfortable with being alone, and that you have got to have this constant adoration from people outside of yourself to make you feel like you're worth something.
well, he's a narcissistic person,
I,
so
I know. I'm just like,
what we dealing
mm-mm-mm.
with a grown 2 year old,
Mhm.
an
Mhm.
adult 2 year old. You know, look at me,
Mhm.
look at me, 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 look at me. I'm not saying all 2 year olds do that. Some 2 year olds don't like to be bothered. Like my son was one that doesn't like to be bothered. But
And
look
that's
at
what
me,
that's why I say again, like, how can those people sit over there on Vigo, see what he's doing, and be okay with it?
that's what I don't understand. But that story is so true. When they say it's a new sucker born every day, that is the truest thing I've ever heard. They were like, one is a new sucker born every day. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that statement is true. But once you know, but he getting out there. But his supporters, I mean, he even he's even grooming them over the line. Or you
Online,
want
right? Right.
me or him. I'll play all this. Well, fuck, I wish you would tell me who get the what?
Wait a minute. And then you got women who have children at home and like, no, no, no. She's always whenever I'm live, she's always live. And I'm like, dude, she got 2 kids and she can't feed nobody because she got here on the camera on live with you. And then
I'm
they have to go to sleep listening to with him. I'm like, don't y'all
I'm,
realize what this man is doing?
I'm trying to figure out how did what was the key words? I gotta go back into some of his things. What was the key words that he did to shut her up?
Velvet,
Yeah, what did he say to shut her up?
he's already like exposed her on the internet doing sexual stuff. So I'm trying to figure out like what else does he have on her to keep her quiet.
That's what I said. What was the key word that he said to shut her up? She still all
But
she do
if
now
she
is post pictures. Like she just posted a picture on Instagram. My parents support me, my friends got me together, and my baby girl keep me strong. Every move I make is towards greatness, and if I ever fall, I get back up again. So she all she do is post a little picture. She ain't gonna let now she'll be the one. She'll
Mhm.
be the one that who could take him down, and not by going to the popo or nothing like that.
Mhm.
But she got more followers than him.
Well, maybe in this moment of her family and her people holding her down, she's
Oh,
getting
was
her
Miss?
brain together, and she's realizing the fact that she can monetize this mess and send him to prison at the same time.
Oh, she could do that, or she could just do him, just be the female, do it, continue being the female version of him.
Yeah.
Cause that
It would be in her best interest to get herself together and go talk to the feds, and then go
she's
ahead
good.
and start her own little tribe, and
Let me
work out
tell
a deal so she
you, and
doesn't go to jail.
one of them stupid women would have been smart enough to hit him with child support, because you know he can't go to court or whatever. Hit it that when he comes, as soon as he come in America, you're going to jail. It's a warrant out for you, child support. Nobody don't want to do nothing. That's why I want to hear none of these sorry ass stories. I ain't got nothing. I'll listen because I'm a content creator. Yes, I'm gonna listen to your content because I gotta share your content with my people.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
about it.
Well, I've come to the place where if by channel holders, like I said, putting out information about carbonation, if the only thing, I mean, the thing that comes out of it is that people hear information and that stops them from going there, then that's all for the good. I hope for the best for the people that are there and that they leave, but my greatest hope is that nobody else goes.
My thing is I don't even care. I just hope like nobody else like kick the bucket or nothing. I do have a heart, but I don't
Mhm.
have that much of a heart. Y'all can stay there. Y'all can kiss his feet, or if that makes you happy, then
Mhm.
hey, that's good for you. Y'all want to kiss his feet. Y'all want to, whatever would you like? Whatever would you like? Whatever would you like? And hey, y'all want to cook and this man could just sit there and snap his fingers and y'all do everything for him. Y'all want to make him feel like a king and I don't have a problem with it either.
Right.
My thing, my thing, I just want the mine is more about the keeping his viewership down.
Right. Right.
See, like how they used to do it back in the day. If he went live, somebody went live and streamed it. So he
Mhm.
lost a lot of viewers because they was watching it on one of his competitive lives.
Right. Right.
So they were still watching him, but on
Mhm.
the competitor live. And
Mhm.
then whoever, if that was down together, you take what you want from the video, and then now you make your own video. But that was cutting down his viewers and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So eventually that will happen on Big O too. Eventually.
Right. Right.
Because he
Wow.
don't have too many storylines left. He got
Mm,
a season two came kind of good with that
right.
shot. with that shotgun. And
Right.
it's good. Caesar, but then it kind of fell. So now he got to, that's why they threw Lawyer, whatever his name. Was it Lawyer? That's why they threw Lawyer.
Solar.
So I keep calling him Lawyer. That's
I
why they
don't
threw
know.
Solar under the bus. Because
Hmm.
they had to create that. They got to keep creating stuff. And we got to, the people got tired of seeing the women get thrown under the bus all the time.
Hmm.
And they
You're
got,
right.
then True been thrown under the bus more than anybody. True has
Hmm.
been embarrassed more than everybody. So it was sort of kind of, it was Loyal, well, Solar, whatever his name. It was his turn to get thrown under the bus. But from what I get out of it, I don't know what Nature Boy get out of it, but from what I get out of it, he doesn't fit there.
He
His
doesn't
mind
fit.
is different.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, he could proclaim all he want to proclaim, but like I said, I hear stuff differently than people. So
I
he
really
don't.
haven't really listened to Solar.
I listen to him very well. He
Hmm.
don't like y'all like that. He wanted to say in so many words, I don't fuck with y'all like that. And
Hmm.
he wanted to say, I don't F with you because of this. I don't F with you because of that. But that's why he kept saying, I don't trust nobody but Master Chief. So you only got to say certain things one time to me. I get you. I get it.
Hmm.
You don't trust me. You ain't got the word. You ain't got to worry about me no more. You got to tell me just one time. And from what he said, he in the wrong spot. He
Hmm.
don't belong there. If I was Master Chief, but Master Chief got to keep his disciples. Master Chief, if you ain't heard what I heard, I don't know what to tell you.
Hmm.
He literally said, I don't fucks with y'all. That's why I can't open up. That's why I don't talk. He said certain secrets I've taken to the grave. After you don't heard everybody else's,
Hmm.
you don't heard everybody else's business, but your business is not good enough for me to hear. Oh no, we good. We
Right.
good, son. We good. Say no more. Say less. Say less. Say less. Say less.
Well, he really can't say anything because he's in the same boat True is in. Nature Boy still got both they women. So I don't know.
But far as with the guys, from what I've heard, he said
Hmm.
he don't trust none of them. Okay, you ain't gotta say no. You don't trust none of us. I thought we was cool, but obviously we not. So okay,
Now that
okay.
that really shows you how warped his thinking is because the person who he should be opposed to is not True. It's Nature Boy.
He was opposed to what all of them were saying. Ashley said he said none of y'all.
Right.
So that means that's everybody but Master Chief. So
Hmm.
why are you in my face then? Now we have no more to discuss. See how my mind works? You say
Right.
the same thing to me. Oh, okay. You ain't say less. We ain't got nothing else to talk about.
And
Cause you don't
if you think in terms of the dynamics of the cult, that's what needs to happen
because
because
I get my
he doesn't want anybody forming a bond and might come up with the idea that we need to leave.
well, he needs to leave because he was the most realest one out of all of them that was speaking. He was the most realest one I've ever heard speak yet.
You remember when they were in Palenque and like Solar and the other guy who stole the van, like when they went missing and they were gone
Yeah,
for hours, right? Solar
yeah.
was trying to make up his mind whether or not he was gonna leave with that dude. You remember? And he
Mm-hmm.
decided to stay. He decided
Mm-hmm.
so that goes along with, you know, him not trusting nobody. And
Ex-
and I,
exact. But the other guy left, right?
mm-hmm. He
The
almost
other.
left. Yeah,
That's
the,
why
the
I
other guy did leave. Yeah, but he was some kind of musician.
yeah, but that's why I say he spoke the realest I've ever heard any of them speak.
Right,
He spoke really like when somebody said I don't F with now I have to respect that man. I
right.
wouldn't, but I mean I respect him. Everybody else beat around the bush. He spoke. He spoke his truth.
Yeah.
You know.
I still say it's displaced. It's displaced anger. It's, to me, it's displaced anger.
Well, he had anger. Nobody told him to join no damn gang neither. He was there with the Bloods and stuff, and they left him high and dry.
So
I heard that.
Solar was with the Bloods.
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay.
That's what he said. That was
Okay.
blood. My boy, I did anything for them. They left me high and dry, and I ain't letting everybody know what we used to do because he can't tell them. He can't tell their secrets neither. So he
Mhm.
he got 22 here.
Mhm.
The blood, like I can't tell what I did with these group of guys neither. Cause Nature Boy ever slipped, right?
Mhm.
Nature Boy slipped.
So then he's used to kind of like cult like environments because
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. But Nature Boy now is going to get it out of him. Like, oh, you still holding stuff? Well, me and you need to talk. See, he just messed up his whole life with that
you're right. He's
conversation.
gonna put him on that camera and divulge all the blood secrets, and so he
No,
can
he going
never.
to miss himself so he can use that against him. Because
Right.
the minute he act up, he like, I'm gonna
Right.
tell the boys. I know I'm gonna tell such and such. Yo, this
Right.
what y'all have done. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You're right. He did mess up. He messed up big time.
He messed up big time. I said, I'm still holding a lot of stuff. Ain't talking about gang violence and stuff too. Boys, you crazy. Nature Boy need that information ASAP.
Yeah, he's tied to his hip now.
Say he's in a catch 22 right about now. Can't tell this one this. I can't tell this about that. I'm a wanted man either way I go. This gang is bigger than Nature Boy gang because this gang is all over. And if I go to jail, I'm gonna be in jail with blood. I'm not gonna be in jail with combination. I thought he ever come back to America or they send him to America. You in jail with real bloods that you done squealed on. Nature Boy can't help you then. So it's like, what do I do?
Nature Boy
What
gonna be trying to do whatever he can to stay out the
he should
hands of everybody.
he should have kept that comment all to himself. Like he should. I'm like,
Well,
what?
he let his anger he let his anger divulge, put out information he should have kept to his grave.
And he said that he got information taken to his grave, but now Nature Boy needs that information. Like
Right.
what you hiding stuff from me? I thought we knew everything about one another. Come in this. I need you in this confession tonight. Like now, not now, but right now. Now, what went down with them Bloods and Crips? Like what you did, homie? And he gonna be like
Oh,
spilling the beans. And the minute you act up, he gonna divulge the information to them Bloods.
yeah, it's when I think about it, he has put everybody on camera telling their innermost secrets to the world. All of them.
No, some is kept in the bag. So if he goes down, he got some stuff
Hmm.
in his pocket. He got some stuff in his pocket in case he go. That's why all of them don't go to the none of them goes to the people. I mean, because basically when they leave, they all say the same thing. They get
Right.
beat, they get slapped, they get this, they get that. So they're not
Right.
telling what really goes down there. So
Right.
you know, that's because he makes sure what goes down there, they're all part of it. But see, me, I'm listen.
I
We
just
got
hope somebody, there's one person that, come back to their senses and has enough courage to just put the truth out there so that this stuff can just stop. But like I said, who knows when that'll be?
I don't know, but I know them old people should make them older from the older ones should make
Hmm.
a whole nation. See, that's another thing that's going to put a narc out. You got to be another narc.
Right.
It got to be another narc who don't give a f the same way you don't give a f, but who's gonna do it in a different way.
Hmm.
Who's
And
gonna
draw all
who
the attention to him.
right? Who got more? Cause remember, they both gonna possess the charisma. They all gonna possess. They both possess the same thing. He need
Hmm.
one that's a looker.
Hmm.
He need
Hmm.
one that's a looker. That'll shut his mouth. Another narcissistic one that, oh my God, he looks so good, and who knows how to flaunt themselves. Because there's other ones out there, some other ones out there like him, but
Hmm.
they don't want. There's plenty of out there like him, but it's gonna be a new nature. But he got to be a looker. He got to
Hmm.
be a looker, and he gonna be nice, honey. Ooh, he gonna be looking like, ooh, we have to see the new nature boy now, cause I'm already in the new nature boy like right now. All the other ones don't look good as nature boy. Well, nature
Right.
boy doesn't look good to me anyway, but you know what I mean.
Right. 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 Right.
But it's
Wow.
other one like if I was Violet, I was
Hmm.
called a I was velvet.
Velvet. Uh
I'd have went straight to polite.
huh. Oh no. Like I said, like you said, there's probably another one on the rise. We just don't know who it is, but they'll be showing up.
Hey, just like there's a new another fool born every day is another not born every day too.
Mhm.
Every, is equal opportunity. So it's
Mhm.
another way it's gonna take him down. If he doesn't go down legally, it's gonna be another narc that has to take him out. Another narc. That's because they're gonna share the same qualities. So they know each other's game. They're gonna mirror each other.
Now
And
the
who
the only thing I can say is that, like, if he gets a hold of the wrong kid, if he gets a hold of the wrong kid, like parents who are a young adult who comes from, you know, well established parents who plugged in to this and that, and
you see
he gets the wrong one over there.
you see Seven got out of there real quick, right?
Hmm.
You see that father went ballistic and he
Right.
took that got his daughter and then he's like you ain't getting your daughter back and he just did a live with Seven, but I don't have Bigo on my computer because I would have streamed his live.
Who did a live with Seven?
He did that while I was online, so I'm gonna wait to see who uploads it. So we probably talk
Nature
about
Boy
that
did?
tomorrow. He did a live with Seven. Seven was on there.
Oh my.
No, it's been done already. It's been done
Mm.
already. It's been, but I want to know who captured it. So that'll probably be on tomorrow.
But
That'll
see,
be on tomorrow.
that's another point. If something went wrong with that child that he had, that was over there, then the father could go to the authorities and mm, talk about where his child was and what was going on. You know what I
Oh, I
mean?
hope. Okay, Yum Candy asked Nature Boy about missing the bishops. When her hair grew back, hold on now. Let's see. Hold on. I see the
Candy
video.
isn't Candy the girl who grew up with Nature Boy, was like his childhood friend.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna show it now. Also, I guess you're my co-host for today. I love my co-host. I love my co-host. My other co-host had things. She was on here, but she had things to do. So I'm glad you came on in and filled the seat.
Hmm.
Seat is
Hey.
always there now. Seat is always. Okay. Let's just check this out together.
Just like your childhood story in general changes so much. Like, why are you
Oh, it's
so
Candy.
afraid to be yourself, to be honest with yourself? You know, you grew up in New Jersey. What's wrong with Jersey? You don't fuck with Jersey?
I
You're
do
not
tell
proud of
people I
it?
grew up in Jersey.
Why you rather say you from New York?
But I do tell people I grew up in Jersey.
And then, like, bro, a lot of us wasn't adopted into no rich ass family. Like, it's just like you be playing the foster story. That it just all seems weird. Like, if you're a god and you're so proud, why do you lie so much?
Mm.
I just don't understand.
Because I'm a liar.
Ooh.
Well, why? You think that's righteous to be a liar?
Because
Ooh.
I can.
Ooh.
Because you can?
Yeah.
You think that's God body though?
Yeah. God created the lie. We all lie to each other. We all lie. Life is a lie. Take
I
the
will
F
put
out of
this
it.
right back
I
on.
don't know about that. I don't know about we all lie.
And the
But
family was
I'm a
rich.
bad.
most folks don't lie about their livelihood.
Did you hear her say,
Uh,
don't get adopted by a rich family? You heard?
yeah, his adopters were rich white people.
But so he had money. You hear? Did you
Yeah,
hear that? Co-host. Okay.
yeah. Hmm.
Most folks don't lie about
But
their livelihood, especially when
I'm a bad
like
guy.
a lot of folks that really grew up in foster care and the system, grew up going to YDC, grew up getting locked up, niggas that really was in raw way, they're not happy about it. They wish they could say they had a different childhood. So it's weird that someone who hasn't even lived that life wants to portray it so bad. Bro, what's wrong with yourself? Be yourself. Maybe try it out. You might like it.
I'll try it.
Like maybe instead of like lying about your story, whatever got you into that institution, maybe address that, deal with that, so you could change that. Because bro, you on your way back to motherfucking an institution with
Mm,
this shit that you putting out there.
mm,
How
mm,
about touching to your real self so you can check yourself and change, and then really
mm,
live righteous? You're not living righteous, y'all.
mm,
That shit y'all did with Zoka Baby, think you gonna get that shit off for real? Like
mm.
genuinely deep down inside. Seven, you too. When y'all really sit back and think about it, y'all really think y'all gonna get that shit off?
Oh, I gotta put this back on.
Come
Mm.
on now.
Oh wow, wow.
You really think you gonna get that shit off, my guy? Y'all gonna have to start keeping it real with yourselves. You heard that saying? How you gonna win when you ain't like the thing? Come on now. How you feeling?
Feeling all right. How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good. I feel good.
Wow.
I'm chilling right now. I feel good. I'm not judging anyway. I see y'all in the comments. I'm not judging anybody. I sat here and asked some questions. The same way you could ask me. So why y'all tripping?
Mm,
I ain't judging nobody. I just asked a question. I know you know that story y'all gave about that baby. Y'all know that shit was some bullshit too. I just asked one question. They think they gonna get their shit off. How was that judging? Seven.
yeah.
How you feeling?
Feeling peaceful.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
regrets?
No, no such thing.
No. Seemed like right before you was touching that girl, you definitely put it up. Yes, baby. I'm on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, but that ain't cool. Somebody had to fix that. You checked me. Oh well, I'm gonna let y'all go with the girls. Poor child wants my attention. Somebody said this lady nosy. No, I just noticed and I seen earlier when he asked like, "Hey, did you handle your baby daddy?" She was like, "That's being handled." When Seven, you really know that's being handled. I just thought it was funny. I just wanted to ask. We call him
What she
nosy.
say?
They said I was nosy. She's been getting handled. I just thought that was funny. She said that.
Mm.
What she say?
They ain't gonna tell y'all what's really going on. I just really know what's going on. That's all. How Leo doing? You don't talk to him no more? Fuck with William and them, or nah, you don't fuck with nobody. I don't. You don't be
Because he
missing.
let her talk.
Mm-hmm.
You don't miss the bishops. I miss how they used to give us them dollars and stuff. I'm gonna fix to see what. Don't be going, girls. I want to fix this video.
Okay.
I wish
Peace.
I had the time to really chit chat, but it's too many children around me. I can't even speak like I want to. Y'all have y'all a blessed one.
Okay, have a beautiful
I'm gonna
night.
put some more in your books too, bro. For
Have
real.
a beautiful night.
I think I'll put they said show your face. I have a beautiful face. Y'all seen me before. Y'all know who I am.
Have a beautiful night.
I'm gonna show my face right now. You have a beautiful night as well. See you 7.
All right.
Enjoy
Peace.
y'all freedom while y'all got it.
Mm. Mm.
I couldn't hear what
Woo.
she said.
Huh?
What did she say?
You didn't hear her?
So it was jumbled. It was garbled.
Oh man, don't let me have to play it again because I'll play it
You
again.
don't have to just tell me.
Oh no, you gotta hear it from her mouth. Oh my.
Yeah,
I don't
he grew up
I
in
think you
in, in
I think you got your that you didn't mute your YouTube.
uh, no, I'm not on my YouTube.
Oh,
That's
because
okay.
I know
I'll listen to it again.
but she was like, enjoy your freedom while you can. She said, you think that's how you think that's gonna go down with that baby? And she was like, why are you telling people you from New York? You know you from Jersey, yo.
Right.
And she, oh my God. Then she was like, yeah. She was like, people wanted to talk about I'm nosy. She said no. She's when they asked her about her daughter's father, she was like, it's being handled. And she was like, no, you getting handled. I was like, oh shit. I am definitely going to do a separate video just with that on there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it because people are not going to watch this to the end anyway because this is a long video. But I'm going to
Yeah.
definitely do another video with just that on. Holy
Yeah, he was
shit.
adopted by this rich white couple. I mean, who had other adoptees
And no,
and
he was saying, she was basically saying, you had a good life. Ain't that what I said? I
yeah.
said it's not proven that he was beaten or bruised. Candy with the shits. Yeah. I'm sorry
Hmm.
about the echo, but I will put back up the video. So
Yeah.
as soon as this is over, I'm going right back to that. And it's so funny. I was like, he was like, let me see somebody else got a longer version. Oh shit. Y'all don't be starting with me because I be all about the shits. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I be all about the shits. Don't play. Don't play with me. See that young lady who called, she has a personality something like me. Don't play with me. Like enjoy your freedom while you can. Oh,
Like when one of the first times that she called him or was on a live with him, he was like, "Who are you?" And she kept mentioning, "Weren't you at the whatever mental institution he was in?" And he was like, I don't know about that. What's that?" And
she said,
she was like,
she
"You know
told him
who I am."
she was like, you need to tell people what got you in that institution. You need to deal with that. I was like, he said, because I am a liar. Yeah, he doing
Mhm.
that reverse psychology. Sometimes you get like that. So wait till I play that over. Oh my God. And I couldn't watch it because I'm on live, but I can't watch him live because I don't want to give him no views.
Right.
So I would watch him live. Now, if I was able to if I was able to get the Bigo on my on my computer, but for some reason I can't, only could do it on my phone, then I would have streamed it live so people can watch it live here. But
You haven't seen any of her she's part of the Bean Team. Candy is, and she's told this whole story.
No, I seen
On,
that.
yeah,
I had it on one of my videos on
yeah,
my Sugar Love channel. Yeah,
yeah,
he lets me watch this stuff. She went in. She went in. Yep, cups and candy, but candy is definitely with the shit. Yes, that's my
yep,
type of girl. That's my type of girl. Yes.
yep.
Ooh, don't, I'm totally getting
So,
tired.
like I said, I wonder how he even like allowed the conversation to happen because, well, the times that I've heard, he shuts her down. So,
You know, sometime
okay.
when you catch God and he want to play psychology with, he did the same thing that True did that day when they was in there. She talking about Sheba, they didn't know who the daddy was, and he was
Mhm.
like, "What school you come from?" I come from Blubber Card School. He tried to
Mhm.
repeat what they say. Well,
Mhm.
you come from public high school, yeah. Well, so everything you say, I'm going to answer you with your own response. So that's basically a technique too. But
Mm.
she went beyond that. I'm like, yes. Well, you want to play? So when you catch a narcissistic person off guard, sometimes they freeze.
Right.
They
Well,
freeze.
he was pretty much frozen.
Yes, honey. Where is the rest of the video? Where is so I can enlighten my people tonight? Yes, we with the shits tonight. Come on now. Y'all gonna stop playing with me. We don't want to wait till the morning. Damn it. We don't want
Mm-mm-mm.
to morning. We want to do it tonight. We want
Now,
those. Y'all
I
gonna
wonder if any of his Bigo idiots followers are gonna go search around YouTube to see what was this girl talking about.
my God. And it's only 6 minutes. Who got the other minutes? Damn it. Y'all gonna stop playing with me. We don't want to see them cooking. We don't want to hear them goddamn singing. And we don't want to hear none of that. We want the rest of the damn video. Maybe that's the part that was good. But I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna put it on the video separately. Oh yes, 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 yes. Whoa, yeah, I want the shits too. Y'all gonna stop playing with you. I want the I watch tomorrow. We want that tonight. Cause that was a teaser.
That's right. We'll get into it tomorrow.
6 minutes was the best 6 minutes. They was like, we'll take them 6 minutes. It was supposed to snow. It didn't snow, thank goodness. It just was some hell. Then it stopped. So I'm kind of happy.
Hmm. I'm
But
usually in
everybody,
Florida this time of the year, but I'm in Ohio right now.
oh goodness
And
gracious.
I'm like, what am I doing in Ohio in February? This is crazy.
You live out there?
Well, I retired in Florida, and my oldest daughter, I have family there, so that's kind of where I ended up after traveling. Like I said, I traveled as a nurse, and ended up in Florida. And my oldest daughter moved here, and my ex-husband was here in Ohio with our youngest two. Um, and unfortunately, he passed away unexpectedly almost a year ago, 24th of February, so of last year. So he passed away, and my youngest two are 22 and 20, and he left everything to them. So they are in school. The
Oh,
both of them are both going to college, and so they have a whole house and cars
oh,
and bank accounts and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, they couldn't manage all that. So you know, just trying to get them to school and launched into their life and get them on their way.
take it
So
there.
I came back.
You
Yeah.
there? You. They good. They good. They good. They good. They got a
Yeah.
pot mother. They good.
Yeah,
Which
no.
somebody better find me the rest some more of that clip. Yeah.
Video.
Somebody better stop playing with me. We don't want to wait till the morning, damn it.
Mm-mm.
Night tonight. Tonight.
What was that on? Whose video was that we just watched?
That was Worlds, but
Okay, well,
he lets me get his stuff.
okay.
I'm gonna put that
Okay.
on right.
Hmm. He only put out 6 minutes?
Yeah, he only showed. I guess that's the six. That's why I said that must be the 6 minutes that count.
Mm-hmm.
They was like funk
Wow.
all of that. This 6 minutes right here.
Well, let's hope he had a huge crowd over there on Bigo and they heard the truth finally.
No, they was still he got his followers is there hard. But she was like, enjoy your freedom while you can. I'm like, that's my type of girl. That's my kind of. Well, let me get off here.
All right, love. I just, this has been good. I only came up to like share my 2 cents
You
and get
are
up there
all
with you.
you are always here. Because see, I'm grinding. I'm in my grinding mode because there's a new channel. So I gotta get them
Okay.
thousand. I gotta get them 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 hours. So when God bless me to have the time, I'm on every day. Cause some days I don't come on like for days or maybe a week. So when God
Right.
give me the time to be, I'm like, I'll be grinding for them hours, baby. Gotta get 4,000 hours, 1,000 subscribers. Soon as
Now,
I finish,
what's the significance of 1,000 hours? What happens with that?
I need 1,000 subscribers. Oh,
Okay,
to get
1,000
monetized.
subscribers.
You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours.
And when you get that, what happened? What changes?
Monetized.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Monetized, then you get your community tab and you can now stream from your phone and all this other stuff.
Okay.
All right, guys, I'm going to view that video again. So I'm going to go off and I'm going to come back in. Hopefully it doesn't have an echo. Thank you guys for being here. Eva Tompkins, thank you so much. Flex on top, thank you. Lovely flowers, thank you. Yup, cup, pup. Oh my God, thank y'all for hanging in here with me. But I'm going off and I'm coming back in and I'm going to view that video again. Hopefully there will be no echo. Until next time, peace out, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you.